Oh, hey. What's going on? Sean in the Yukon writes the following. Hosted a baseball birthday party for my kid yesterday. He's on pace for more home runs than Vladdy this year. Sick burn.
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now. Got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. What is it? Monday, June the 8th. Oh, boy. What a week this is going to be. We are live on YouTube. We are live on X. We are live on Facebook. For those watching after the fact, we appreciate you and the views. For those listening on the audio pods, we appreciate you and the listens. Going about your day. Sid Seixeiro here with you. Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media. Couple things off the front. It was always going to happen, and the irony is not lost upon me. But for the first time working with Sick Media, I am on air sick. It happened. If you're in the Southern Ontario area, there's a thing going around, and I got slammed Saturday, Sunday. I did not have much planned over the weekend. It was a good thing. The worst part is the sore throat. I have to be honest with you. I'll take a cold. I'll take a cough. I'll take the occasional sneeze. You may see all of those during the next 2 hours. And I apologize if you do. But the sore throat is pure ass. And I hate every second of that. I'm feeling better now. I look forward to giving this to Azzo very quickly.
Big
But
opportunity for me coming up, maybe.
huge opportunity for Azzo. The Jeff Has a Party show, powered by Sick, is fast approaching. So if I throw the mic away, just if I'm out of a hack fit, I apologize ahead of time. But we're good. I was not missing this show because things are about to get real up in here. This is a wild week. It's World Cup week in the city of Toronto. Our men's national team arrived at Billy Bishop yesterday, dressed to the nines. If you didn't see the video, suited and booted, everyone, including 5 guys who might not play at all in the tournament. Why not bring them? Sure. We'll get into the weeds of Canada soccer and the game Friday in Montreal and what's to come. Bosnia and Herzegovina have arrived. They arrived at Pearson yesterday. They're at like Centennial Park in Etobicoke today training. I thought I heard that on CP24. Things you thought you'd never utter in your life. Bosnia and Herzegovina's national team are in Etobicoke today. Ahead of Friday's World Cup opener against Canada.
The FIFA.
The FIFA, as journalists are still calling it in this town. They're calling it the FIFA. Seriously. The FIFA. The most ignorant thing I've ever seen in my life. Why don't you just call it soccer stuff? The soccer stuff begins Friday. Here's a report. We're going to talk to another chef. So the World Cup is beginning Thursday in Mexico. Canada's journey gets going on Friday. Azzo and I may be doing a couple shows downtown this week and next week. No details yet. We're working on it. There won't be a live component to it. You'll hear it after. But I think we may be on the road for some podcasts, Azzo.
Oh, boy.
We'll let you know where and when.
Fist bumps. Fist bumps.
Fist bumps only. Azzo blamed me for this because I shake people's hands. And I need to do the Howie Mandel thing where I fist bump. Maybe I should.
Now we don't want you spreading it, so you got to fist bump people.
Oh, but listen, here's the thing. Once I get sick, I get mad. The thing that gives me joy,
I've
giving
noticed.
it to others.
I've noticed.
I love giving it to others. I'm like Santa with this thing. Love it. And you get one, and you get one. Can control life in the chat. You need to eat more, Sid. No, I don't know if that's a problem. I think my diet's fine.
You're too skinny now.
Am I too skinny?
Yeah, maybe.
Things also I never thought I'd hear someone say to me. In the same block, Bosnia is training here in Etobicoke, and Sid, you need to eat more. Just one revelation after another. So that's the situation right now. We'll get back to the soccer momentarily. And again, I apologize if things get a little schnotty on my end, but I'm feeling good. The sore throat's gone. Is there anything worse? I mean, there is. But like
Not
sore
when you're
throat
talking for a couple hours a day. Yeah.
Like
that's the worst.
like we're doing like the name of the show is me.
Yeah.
If my voice leaves, A, Azzo can easily handle the show and it'll be a better show. B, I'm useless to any form of society. Some would say that's already the case.
Fair.
Not a fair.
And then you're in a bad mood,
I didn't
too.
expect you to agree with the
Then
statement.
you're in a bad mood too. I got to deal with that.
It's true. I was in a bad mood today. Maybe Mitch Marner has something to do with it.
Or Luke Combs.
Or Luke. Maybe you and I should just shotgun a beer in here, Azzo, and everything's
We'll
fine.
feel better.
Yep.
Still.
And no one can say anything about
Yeah.
it because nothing's wrong. We got a lot here, so I'll shut up and then get into it.
Oh, no, you don't shut up for the next 2 minutes.
That's true. Technically, I won't shut up,
And then shut
but
up.
I'm meandering. And by the way, in the chat, there's already debate top 5 sitcoms of all time on television. It's The Office. It's The Office,
Okay.
American version. It's The Office. I don't want to hear it. It's The Office. It's not up for debate. Shut up about it. It's The Office. So a lot of stuff happened Friday down in Buffalo. The NHL draft combine kind of came to an end. And there were 90 prospects that were invited. They're all put through the get on the bike and pedal hard process. And John Chaika was there, the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the first draft combine John Chaika has been at since he lost 2 draft picks for illegally testing people way back at a previous draft combine. So that irony is also not lost on me. But I digress. John Chaika was there because the Leafs have a lot of work to do. I don't know if you've heard, they have the first overall pick in the June 26th draft. And there's a lot going on. Not just the draft pick stuff. Leafs don't have a coach. You may have also noticed that. They still don't have a coach. Now, I'm still fine with it. They have a lot of time between now and the draft still, technically. Knowing them, they'll have their presser for a new coach during Canada-Bosnia Friday. Knowing MLSE. That's just my guess. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But John Chaika on Friday in Buffalo was asked how the search was going for a head coach. And from what we heard of Keith Pelley, when he was looking for John Chaika and Matt Sundin, he was, quote, thorough about it. Deep due diligence was the phrase by Keith Pelley. And you got the impression that John Chaika and Matt Sundin are also going down a similar road, because why the hell wouldn't you? It's your coach. Why wouldn't you want to talk to as many people as possible? But none of us were quite aware of how many people they were talking to. So John Chaika let it slip last Friday in Buffalo. The scale of which we were talking about in terms of the search for the next head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Listen to this.
As focused on some artificial timeline. We're really focused on conviction. I think it's been a long time since there's been kind of a full search for this organization, and I think it's important for us to take our time and get it right. This is next leader of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and so we've gone through a very thorough process. There was about 55 people we either spoke to or reached out. We've had this initial kind of first round that we just finished up recently, and now we're starting to get into the next layer of this. So no timeline, no time constraints. When it's right, we'll make that decision. But we're going to be patient, get it right.
We're being told there's a lot of echoey stuff going on right now in the chat. We're going to try this. I'm just asking everyone who's listening live, because you're an invaluable source. My mic, you can hear fine, correct? Some people also would look at that as a huge negative. You can hear me correctly. Okay. But if you can hear me, just let me know.
I think they meant the clip. So if you want,
okay.
Try running
Uber
the
in the chat, my mic is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chat, you want to try the chat again? Because I think
the clip.
Because honestly, we were messing around with a few things earlier. I think we know what it is.
Yep,
let's try the John Chaika one more time. Mazo, go ahead.
As focused on some artificial timeline, we're really focused on conviction. I think it's been a long time since there's been kind of a full search for this organization, and I think it's important for us to take our time and get it right. This is the next leader of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and so we've gone through a very thorough process. There was about 55 people we either spoke to or reached out. We've had this initial kind of, call it, first round that we just finished up recently, and now we're starting to get into the next layer of this. So no timeline, no time constraints. When it's right, we'll make that decision, but we're going to be patient and get it right.
Mr. Braga in the chat, audio is mint now. We don't use mint enough.
It's World Cup week, man.
If Italy's not here, we got to use mint somehow. By the way, I was telling my wife, and she thought I was mocking, and I understand why. I'm watching Australia-Switzerland over the weekend a little bit. They were down in San Diego.
Yeah.
World Cup friendly match, warm-up match.
Doing some prep?
I was doing a lot of prep.
Wow.
I might be doing more prep than Canada Soccer at this point. There's a guy on Italy's team whose last name is Italiano.
Wow.
So Italy technically kind of made the World Cup.
They're in.
there is an Italiano.
One
in the
guy
World
you
Cup.
can choose for.
We're just hacking away too there, Ezra?
Yeah, I was.
Oh
Jeez.
my god.
I wasn't coughing before. What did you do?
I can't guarantee the audience we're going to make it to 2 hours today. We're going to try. we're going to give this the old Humber College try. But back to the point. John Chaika said they talked to like 55 people. Like, not like the intense interview stage, obviously. That's coming up. But John Chaika said 55. Like, I didn't want to say anything. I got interviewed. Went well. Obviously, it didn't happen, but might as well have. 55 names. John Chaika is basically treating the Leafs head coaching search as March Madness. Just missing a few more names. We have a Sweet 16 round. We have Cinderellas. And I think we came across a Cinderella here, making waves in the bracket to become champion of the Toronto Maple Leafs head coaching search. That's a lot. But again, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. However, with that said, a name did emerge over the weekend, according to Elliot Friedman. And it is like way off the board. It couldn't have been more off the board, really. And it was kind of shocking to hear, but if you were really paying attention to the Stanley Cup Final, and I mean deeply paying attention, there was an Easter egg planted after game one that no one noticed. It was there in plain sight. Now, it was impossible to connect any dots, but it was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. But it was there. And it was after game one. It was Thomas Hertl of the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, Thomas Hertl was a longtime member of the San Jose Sharks, as we know. And he has a lot of friends who were a part of that organization. And Thomas Hertl had a stretch through the end of the regular season into the playoffs. I'm not kidding when I say this. He did not score a goal for 29 straight games. Terrible. By his standards, terrible. And he's kind of busted out of it. And the biggest goal he's had to date was the game winner in game one in Carolina to take a 1-0 series lead. And after the game, there were two things that were apparent. One, Thomas Hertl was getting sick of the questions about why did you suck for so long? Which is part of professional sports, and you got to deal with it, and it is what it is. But I understand people getting tired of it. Natural instinct. I get it. But Thomas Hertl then goes into a story about a phone call he had with someone. It wasn't a long phone call, but he had a phone call with someone he used to know, and it straightened him out. It was like a magic wand was spun. And listen for the name. This is Thomas Hertl after game one of the Stanley Cup Final, after he scored the game winner for Vegas.
You cannot keep it. I have to actually tell my old teammate who called me, actually Joe Pavelski, and I have like 30 minutes talk with him, and he actually helped me a lot because we've been pretty close, and always a great goal scorer, got through a lot, and he kind of called me and talked to me about just what to do. And I think since actually I was calling with him, next day was the Anaheim game, I scored first goal, so it was really nice from him, and he's still texting me, which is I really appreciate it, and obviously all of the teammates always around me.
Joe Pavelski. Thomas Hertl, who played 6 seasons with Joe Pavelski in San Jose, said a quick conversation with Joey P straightened out his golf swing, so to speak. And now he's been contributing in a major way for the Golden Knights. That was interesting. I remember hearing that at the time going, well, that's nice of Joe. Joe Pavelski, 41 years of age, retired. Well, guess what name cropped up over the weekend in terms of the Leafs? In terms of the Leafs head coaching position, in terms of the Leafs head coaching position, and a name they're like really thinking about. Joe Pavelski, according to Elliot Friedman. Fried was the first on that. Peter Laviolette is in the mix too. I'll get to that in a second. But the Pavelski thing is like Martin St. Louis out of left field. Martin St. Louis in 2022 was coaching his kids' team, and he's now running the Habs. Joe Pavelski is coaching his kids' under 15 team. He's helping out a little bit with the Wisconsin Badgers hockey program, the program he used to play for. But that's it. He has no professional coaching experience at all. AHL, USHL, nothing. NHL, he's been around. He's played like 1,500 games in his career. He's not a dummy. But he's never coached like that. Yet somehow his name is in the middle of this. No one's really sure how. No one's sure how Joe Pavelski rose to this level of prominence in the Leafs coaching search. But he's here. Now, I did my best to kind of find anything on Joe Pavelski along the lines of coaching that can give us some kind of an idea of what he's about. And the closest thing I found was when he was inducted into the USA Hockey Hall of Fame last December. December 10th of last year, Joe Pavelski was officially inducted. And he's 100% a USA Hockey Hall of Famer. Is he like a Toronto Hockey Hall of Famer? I don't know. Like, he played a ton of games. He always got Selke votes for best defensive forward. Never won an individual award. Never won a Stanley Cup. I don't know. That one's a tough one for me. I think you have to do more to get in the Hall of Fame than just play a lot. There has to be another bar. Now, the Hockey Hall of Fame are their own clique, and they do their own thing. Claude Lemieux's not in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So, like, who knows? I don't want to start that discussion. But as a USA Hockey Hall of Famer, 100% Joe Pavelski deserves to be in there. So I found this clip of his induction speech on December 10th of last year to try and get an idea of like how he speaks in front of a room, how he kind of talks about the game and things like that. You know what I'm trying to say with this. Like, what would Coach Pavelski sound like is what I was curious about. And I think this is the gist of it. So I cut together a couple parts of his induction speech. And like, lean back, unless you're driving, keep your eyes open. But like, just kind of envision this guy at a press conference in Toronto, in front of the Leafs, in front of William Nylander, in front of Austin Matthews, in front of Keith Pelly, Chaika, the whole crew. Gavin McKenna, if it gets to that point. And ask yourself, do you see it? Can you see it and can you hear it? Because his speech last December in front of USA Hockey in that Hall of Fame was very good. It was excellent. But is this like head coach material? We need to start asking the question. Because he has impressed some people inside MLSC in quick order. Again, this is Joe Pavelski, who apparently is now a candidate to be head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last December, being inducted into the USA Hockey Hall of Fame.
I wasn't always the fastest. I wasn't the strongest. I didn't really stand out right away. I learned quickly that talent would only take me so far. And I quickly understood, I guess, that the success would come from effort, preparation, and ultimately finding joy in the grind. And ironically, those would be the things that I tried to, those were the core parts of my game that I tried to be as a player. To the coaches who challenged me, pushed me, believed in me, my youth coaches, Donnie Gruber, my dad, Mike, high school coach, Jack Stoskoff, and on up, PK O'Hanley, Mike Eves, and Troy Ward. My first NHL coach and Olympic coach, Ron Wilson, and then Tom McClellan and Jay Woodcroft, Rick Bonus, Steve Spott, Pete DeBoer, among others. I owe you guys all so much. And I think finally to the young American players coming up today, I get to coach a few of you, get to have conversations with a few others. This game, it takes what it takes to perform well. There's no shortcuts. I tried to find a few along the way, but there's still looking for those, otherwise I'd still be playing. I have the most fun when I get to watch you guys compete as a group, work hard, be good teammates, and turn into better people. And thank you, USA Hockey, for giving us this space that allows the development of our game. There are no bad days at the rinks, so thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the night. And awesome.
There are no bad days at the rink. There are no shortcuts in this game. Let's go. Enjoy the grind. He's played for a lot of coaches, man. And like across the spectrum. Like Woodcroft, McClellan, you know, like DeBoer, different reputations. Rick Bowness. Jordan in the chat. Pavelski was a 7th round pick. Yep. Let's remember that. You know what? I take it back. You play that many games as a 7th round pick, put him in the Hall of Fame. I stand corrected. The hell with it.
Like it.
How many 7th round picks played 500 games in their career? We could probably look that up. Chat, please, homework. How many 7th round picks in NHL history played 500 games in the National Hockey League? Azzo's busy. He can't do this. So that's a little bit of Joe Pavelski at the age of 41-ish. And I don't know how this is going to go. There seems to be an element of shock and awe that the Leafs like in all this right now. Like the Chaika thing, people are still stunned by. The Sundin thing, people are still kind of stunned by. And more stunned that Sundin accepted. If someone with no coaching experience gets this job, this whole thing has been the biggest shock in Leafs history. No exaggeration. But at some point, some meat has to be on the bone here. Like, here's the one thing I don't like about this. And some people in the chat have suggested this. Audio producer in the chat, 128 7th rounders have played 500 games.
Wow.
That seems high.
That does.
All right. I stand corrected. 128 players. 128 in the 6th and 7th round. Specifically, it's 59 players in the 7th round. All right. Wow. Appreciate the chat for doing that for us. Here's what I don't like about all of this Leafs head coaching stuff. In the same breath, I'm hearing insiders who are very educated tell me they like Peter Laviolette and they like the guy with absolutely no coaching experience. So what do I do with that in terms of the Leafs' direction? Like, what can I tangibly take away from that? If I'm a Leaf fan, I'm actually kind of worried at that because that tells me you still don't know your direction. If you're going to retool, okay, Bruce Cassidy, Peter Laviolette, try and be good next year. Gavin McKenna, we'll run some of the sound tomorrow. We had way too much stuff. But Gavin McKenna spoke multiple times last week in Buffalo. Did a one-on-one with Ryan Leslie for the Leaf socials. We might pull some of that. But at one point, McKenna said, it's wild that I could be joining a hockey team that's also in a playoff chase next year in the Leafs. It's true. Okay. So if you're in a playoff chase, do you want no experience behind the bench? Does that make sense? Not really. If we're looking at the future in this city with the Toronto Maple Leafs, yeah, I'm down with the Joe Pavelski experiment. Didn't exactly hurt them in Montreal long term. They figured that out. Just get a smart guy who knows hockey, then grow with the team. Seems to work for certain markets. But the whiplash people are getting in terms of the types of coaches they're looking at, it doesn't make any sense, guys. They don't know what direction they're going in. I'm sorry. No one can debate me on that. No one. These coaches do not align in any way. In fact, you cannot technically call Joe Pavelski a coach. He hasn't done it at a professional level. He hasn't. So are you looking at the future or are you not? Any direction from the Leafs would be welcome. Any. Because I've had some people in the chat suggest they do not know what they want still to this moment, and I kind of agree with the sentiment. Like everyone's kind of grinning and going, oh, that's nice. Joe Pavelski. This city can get our own Martin St. Louis. But like, to me, the bigger question is, so what does Chaika and Sundin want out of this? Are they under the orders to be competitive next year or not? None of it makes any sense. None of it. It's as confusing now as it was when Treliving got fired in terms of what's next. There's been no clarity in the what's next. None. The only thing that's happened that's positive is they got the first overall pick. No one should take any credit for that. They were this close to having no pick. Dumb luck or rigged. One of the two. But in terms of what the direction is, I'm as confused as I've ever been. And for me, that's fine. If you're also confused running the Leafs, different story. Fan base is way more concerned about that. I've given Chaika some grace here for several weeks. Let's see what happens. This is weird. This is weird. We'll see. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Sydney.
Are you all
How
about?
you feeling?
I'm a solid 78%.
Okay.
I might be even a
That's
little
pretty
less
good.
than that. How are you
All right.
feeling?
I'm all right.
I'm at
I
78.
don't know. I thought it was okay till I got in here, but yeah, we'll see.
You came in and it was just like a
Yeah.
scene out of Outbreak.
Might be
with
because
Dustin
it's
Hoffman.
dry in here too. We need that humidifier.
That's what it is. It's
There we go.
dry.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is. It's so funny when I bring you in after a while. The chat just goes Slosh Hogger in the chat. Azzo.
That's
Jeremy Burke in the chat. Azzo. Jay Carl in the chat. Azzo sighting.
Actually, I had a funny experience on the weekend.
Oh, you have a story.
I have a bit of a story.
Yeah.
I was there was a street festival in Etobicoke. You know, I didn't see any Bosnian players there, but whatever.
You might today.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe true. So Buddy told me he was going down there just to the beer tent, and I hadn't seen him in a while, so I went down there to meet him, and you know, just sitting at a table outside, enjoying the nice weather, having a
amazing
bit
one.
of a cold one. I put my phone down, obviously, just engaging with the people there, and some guy comes up behind me, taps me on the back. He's like, "Hey, did you see the trade that just happened?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Trade? What could he be talking about?" No, I didn't. What trade? He's like, I'm just kidding, man. I love the show. I watch it all the time. I'm like, you actually had me for a second. Like, it's off a beer deep in, and I'm like, what's going on
No,
here?
but,
Wait, what?
but listen,
It's funny.
I love people.
I wish I got his name. Yeah,
I love people who would do that. Keep in mind, though, that does give us heart attacks.
yeah, for real.
Because Azzo and I are now living in a world where we don't have to wait for, like, let me tell you how it works. Let's just say the weekend crew at a TV station ain't as proactive as the Monday to Friday crew. But news breaks all the time. So if something were to break on a weekend and you're afraid you're going to get called into work, don't be that afraid. Everyone's asleep at the switch or hungover. Honestly.
And that used to be my job, right?
Yeah, and that used to be your job.
Yeah.
But now Azzo and I are running things and we actually follow stuff on our phones. So we like feel an obligation if something happens to maybe come in, or at least remotely, which we haven't done yet, but we can definitely do, to put together a show.
And it was a nice Saturday afternoon. I thought, okay, I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm actually going to enjoy being with these people.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And then it was like, wait, what? And then, yeah, the guy's like, I'm just messing with you, man. It's pretty funny, actually.
That is,
anyway.
but that is a mini heart attack.
It is. It's like, wow.
That is a
little
mini
bit
heart
of
attack for
excitement
sure.
because we love breaking news, but yeah.
Azzo, speaking of breaking, by the way,
Uh-huh.
as we've talked about, David Pagnotta is on a bit of a heater.
Oh, really? Yeah.
NHL insider here in
Okay.
Canada.
What do we got?
He's looking at the Kings head coaching job. He says DJ Smith, according to sources, no longer in the running. I got news for you. He was never in the running.
Yeah, agreed. On
And it's down to Woodcroft and Peter Laviolette.
and that's if Woodcroft wants it, I would assume, it seems.
You know what, though? There's worse
That
gigs.
seems
There's
like-
worse gigs than running a team in Los Angeles, man.
That seems
that's-
primed for Laviolette for me.
It feels Laviolette. Because
I agree.
it's Ken Holland. It's the recycled name. It's easy for him.
And
It's
just
so,
a guy to get you to the playoffs.
It's so Ken Holland to hire Peter
Yeah.
Laviolette. Leaf fans, this might be the best thing to ever happen to you. I don't think Laviolette. I am not on board with this Laviolette train in the city.
No.
I've never been excited for 1 second.
And you
about
can
it.
tell he really wants back in. So if they
Oh, of
offer
course
him the
he-
job,
of course he
because it
does.
seems like Woodcroft
Yes.
might wait to take the job to see what else is available. I think Peter would jump all over that, and good for him. Like, he's obviously a smart guy.
He is, but like he hasn't had a lot of success in a long time.
No, yeah.
Let's cut the BS.
No, but again, what's this team need right now? Do they know? And to your point, I think we all said something out of the box, talk to everybody. And that's why I think you're being pulled in so many directions.
I keep like, I'm sorry. I don't want to seem like a hater. I keep hearing how Peter Laviolette's like a great guest on shows. I fall asleep every
That's a
time.
guy
I
who's
hear him.
been there, done it.
But he's not like, but don't tell
For
me
the
he's a great
hockey
guest.
lines.
Don't really?
Yeah.
I'd rather hear MJ.
Okay.
I'd rather hear Ray Ferraro. I'm
But
sorry.
It's different. It's a guy who's been in that
Yeah,
chair
but they know the
behind
game too.
bench.
Like,
no, you're
but
right.
Don't tell me he's some great. I've never. What I'm trying to say, I've never understood the fawning of Peter Laviolette in the city of Toronto. I've never, from the media, He's had the media out of the palm of his hand for like 3 weeks. It's been wild.
But recently.
It's been wild.
Because before he never used to be like that.
No.
Like it's
he
more
never did.
recently he's everywhere now.
It's true. It's true. So go on. I want your take on Joe Pavelski before we move on here, because there is some other Toronto breaking news that we should bring up.
Yeah.
But your take on Pavelski and the level of inexperience and how he's kind of come out of nowhere here.
Again, I think we kept saying the Leafs need something out of the box. This is definitely out of the box. I keep hearing all the comparisons to Martin St. Louis, but to me, this is different because the Habs had a young team that, like you said, the coach can grow with.
Yes.
This isn't a young team.
No, it is not.
They have to figure out what they're doing. I think they're half in on what they want to do for next year because they don't know what they can do with all the no movements and whatever.
No, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
But this is a guy like Brian Burke. I think, what was I reading? That he played twice for Team USA, right? He's in the USA Hall of Fame, like at the Olympics
Joe
and the World Cup.
Joe Pavelski knows hockey.
He was the captain, I think, of the 2016
he was.
World Cup.
Yeah,
right?
he was.
It's called Captain America. So why not go get Captain America for the American captain? I mean,
but if it was a bunch of a bunch of Jay Woodcroft types or Joe Pavelski types, like in the chat, like Shinko in the chat, no one talking about Knobber for these jobs. Too bad. Now again, it was reported, I believe, by Elliot that Chris Knoblauch is going to take the year break. And why not? Look, I've taken a year off. Let me tell you something.
But this is funny.
It's kind of nice.
Because last week, Frege was saying they were leaning towards going with somebody with experience, and then this comes out of nowhere.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's all over the place. I think that's the Leafs
are you in agreement with me how that is just nonsensical? It looks like you don't have a plan. It really doesn't.
But again, doesn't it depend what you can do with your roster? If you're bringing back all these veterans and all these guys locked down with NMCs, then I'd rather have a guy with experience. Although, again, we've tried every other coach in this city. Like, why not? Seriously, I'm at that point now.
But the search is not consistent. It's a weird search.
Yeah, but we said it couldn't be, right? Like, it's almost better. They got to kind of talk to everybody or just see what they can.
But the Pavelski thing is a fly in that ointment. Like, I don't know where that comes from. Because also, what it screams to me is someone is just basically saying to someone in the Leafs organization, hey, this guy's a good guy. You should talk to him. Like, that's how we're doing the search?
When you don't see a train coming, and that's how that train got their head coach, maybe they try and emulate it. That's what I'm worried about. And again, I just think Montreal, when they hired St. Louis, they were at a way different place than the Leafs are at. That's why I don't like that comparison at all.
Nazgilio in the chat, and I've wondered this myself a little bit. The Leafs are messing with the media.
Totally. I agree.
Hey, if they are, I'm here for it because this is hilarious, some of the stuff that's coming out.
Because you don't know where they're going or what they want to do. We've heard this. We've heard conflicting reports all over the place.
And I'm all for it.
Even Frege said, like, he's changing what he said last week. They want somebody with experience.
This is Matt Sundin just getting back after years of having to deal with the media in Toronto as captain. This is just Matt's messing with everybody. I'm here for it. That I like.
I mean, you surround yourself with, like,
I don't hate that at all.
Veteran assistant coaches. I'm sure you can figure it out, right?
Well, I mean, John Gruden of the Marlies. Shout out the Marlies. They're going to the Calder Cup Final.
Yeah, does he raise his stock with that?
I have a feeling. I don't know. I have a feeling John Gruden is looked at as an AHL coach in that organization, personally. And that's not a rip.
No. There are guys who are just like that, for sure. Well, there are guys you want developing your younger guys.
Let me ask you something. Has John Gruden gotten a ton of interviews outside the organization?
No.
Because if he hasn't, no one's scared to lose him.
Right.
That's the problem. So if John Gruden would like a push here and potentially winning a Calder Cup, they're going to take on the winner of Chicago, Colorado. If they potentially win the Calder Cup here, it's great for John Gruden, coach of the Marlies. But teams only get attention, get your attention if someone else is asking for an interview. And then you're like, oh, what do we have in-house? So that's the deal with John Gruden. I know there's a lot of John Gruden talk in Toronto. I don't think teams outside of the market are stumbling over themselves to speak to him. Until that happens, nothing's going to change.
Could you name 55 people to talk to over this vacancy?
55 people, man.
That's insane.
I guarantee you that who ran the World Championships for Canada, the Hockey Canada loves? Donskov? Misha Donskov? Yeah. Guaranteed he got an interview.
Dude, they all might have.
Every Hunter brother got an interview.
Without a
guaranteed.
Doubt.
I don't know.
Sounds like people outside the hockey world might have for 55 people.
55, man. That's nuts.
That is insane.
All right. So that's the latest with the Leafs coaching situation. Thank you, Frege, for that nugget. The other Toronto thing that did break here is some Raptors news, and Bobby Webster has been re-signed by MLSE. Let me read the front end of the release. The Raptors and MLSE announced today that they have agreed on a multi-year extension for GM and Executive Vice President Bobby Webster. According to reports outside of this, he's not only the GM anymore, he's been promoted to Executive Vice President. So it's a multi-year deal. It's a bump in pay. He's not going anywhere. I don't think we have to land on this long, Azo. This is a guy was a part of the 2019 championship team. He's not the talker that Masai is, quite frankly. I don't need that. I just need a guy who knows how to run a basketball operation. If he can move the Emmanuel Quickly contract, I'm good with it too.
Yeah.
Are you a Bobby Webster guy? I like Bobby Webster.
I like Bobby a lot.
Yeah.
Sitting down there and talking, he's done a great job. He learned from Masai. You think this has anything to do with Masai getting the job in Dallas? And he's been here a decade, man. He's been a part of all of it.
Are you saying Masai would poach Bobby?
I don't know. Well, is that why you extend him now?
I mean,
he's been here for a decade.
I think Bobby looks at himself as
he wants to be his own
as
guy.
the boss.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would be happening, but hey, if you pay a guy enough, you'd be surprised what can happen.
And he looks like he's taking steps to get there with the promotion. Because it's weird, they never changed his title after they did that president search, but never filled the void.
Nice pick, Azo.
Yeah, no, that's from the Raptors Instagram. Or,
one day, I want Sick Media to put out a pic with me posing in this way. It's
Better get extended.
It's very for the listening audience, very Godfather 2-ish from Bobby Webster.
Now listen, he's facing his biggest task to me right now. It's how they get over this.
Well, they got to clean up some of Masai's stuff. Now, I'm not saying Bobby wasn't involved and wasn't pro the contracts, but hey, it's not always connected. At the end, Masai's still calling shots.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Masai would take all the press and everything afterwards. Yeah. Now he's in the limelight. Now it's his.
Believe it.
But hey, Pelly seems to love him because he kept referencing him out of all those press conferences and the run they're on and the brain he is. So
the Pirtle extension's not good. That's Bobby. That was Bobby. That's the math on that. But Bobby Webster's been re-signed. So we'll dive into that a bit more in the coming days and weeks because you know the Raptors are going to have to be proactive in some way.
Very much. There's a lot of stuff out there too.
Let me
the 19th pick this year.
Let me ask you something. Are we mad at the Raptors for OG being on the precipice of an NBA title?
No. What was the stat I saw? Like the amount of conference championships and finals him and Pascal have gone to since they got traded from here.
It's been a lot.
So it's
been a lot.
It's something.
But it's like the OG thing was always health.
Yes.
And I was
he's
never
still dealing with it.
I was never. Well, he's healthy now.
Yeah, no, it's true.
They're going to win a title. That guy's talent is to the point where he stays on the court. Other teams cannot keep up because he gives you so much in one area, and you just have your stars be the stars and do their thing. Look out! Look out! Like he's fearless. He's intelligent. He can occasionally score.
No, for sure. He can do it all.
His defense is on point.
Definitely.
Like everything about OG when he's healthy is what you need. And I'm not mad at the Raptors for cutting bait on that.
No,
because I wondered aloud, like many people, could he stay healthy?
Well,
so you're not mad at the Raptors for OG about to win an NBA title?
How many years has it been? Like that's it. They needed not a quick reset, but they had to kind of reset with that championship team once Kawhi left and some of the guys are getting older, right? Like Lowry's gone. Like you kind of needed to reset and get a little bit younger, especially with Scotty. They wanted to make it Scotty's team. And again, I don't know how much they did to build around him the proper way, but at some point they needed and wanted to do that.
Timmy Two Shoes in the chat. OG deserves what's happening, bro.
Yeah,
he did his part for Toronto. I mean, he played good minutes. Like he hit a big shot in the bubble against Boston. Like I give you that, but like there were a lot of moments where he wasn't kind of healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
no, sure.
I think we need to kind of be very clear-eyed about OG's time in Toronto. It was inconsistent.
But does it bother you that him and Pascal are still in the East doing this?
I wouldn't have traded OG in the division.
Yeah,
that's the only criticism. That's why again the Dylan Larkin stuff is very interesting to me because there's some clear teams in the Atlantic that could use him. Steve Yzerman's not.
I was going to say that if you give a team a list, and like you should automatically know nobody in the division should qualify, right?
I mean. For those wanting to know the reference Azo just made, apparently it's Helene St. James in Detroit is reporting that there's a 3-team list that Dylan Larkin has given the Red Wings. Stop me if you've heard this before. Panthers, Wild, Vegas.
Wow, what a stretch for him
Shocker.
to want to go to one of those
What
to win.
Dylan Larkin really wants to carve his own path.
Jesus.
Pathetic.
Jeez.
That's a pathetic.
I
wish
agree.
list. Get at it. You want to, dude? You're not close. I know you want to be Durant. You're not even close. You're not close to Marner.
The team on the precipice of
You're not
winning
even
it
Marner,
this year.
dude.
The last
Get
2
outta
champions and a team that's on the up
Get
and
at it.
climb.
What a champion Dylan Larkin is.
That's ridiculous.
I'm hoping Steve Yzerman makes this guy sit for 12 months.
Yeah.
And he might.
This guy might turn
He
the
might.
tables on it all. Why not?
I don't know why that annoyed me so much, but
No, of
I
course.
thought he had ambition. I thought he kind of wanted to do his own thing
Because
somewhere
he's been a
else.
captain of an NHL team. Yeah, you think he would
wants
want
it-
to prove something.
He wants it easy, man. Dylan Larkin wants it easy. Get out of here. Get out of here.
That just proves he's not a number 1 center.
He's not close to a number 1
Yeah,
center, and we
just
know
proves
that.
it by the mentality.
That's not a number 1 center mentality. That's
Yep.
a joke.
It's you're bang on.
Stevie Y, make him sit till the cobwebs show up on him in the press box, till he's given Detroit local media the finger from the press box.
That is very disappointing. That's a disappointing.
That's pathetic, but he is who we thought he was.
But you said he was
He
a
is who we
passenger.
thought
He
he
was a passenger on that U.S. Olympic
Joke.
team. Yep.
I got 3 points in 6 games of the Olympics. I can do whatever I want. Get out of here. Get out of here. You choked on it from January on in the Eastern Conference this year. Completely choked. Joke. Okay. Anything else on Bobby Webster?
No.
All right.
Congrats, Bobby.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Again, Pirtle contract, not great. Not good, but I'm a fan of Bobby Webster.
Yeah, without a doubt. Such a great guy.
Okay, let's move on here because John Chaika down at the Combine in Buffalo last week. Again, a Combine he was ostracized from for years.
To put it nicely.
After losing 2 picks for illegally combining back in the day. He does have the first overall pick. That comes with certain questions. And Gavin McKenna came up pretty early in his Friday media avail. Now, there's going to be twists and turns in this. Excuse me. There's going to be twists and turns in this sound. Occasionally, Azo, I'm going to have you stop it if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
But this was interesting. And again, the context, John Chaika did make the 7+ hour plane ride to Whitehorse, Yukon to see kind of where Gavin McKenna came from and meet his family and his community. And it's interesting to hear John Chaika talk about this. You know, you don't take a 7-hour flight because you're not interested. You're very interested. So I believe the first question here is, what have you learned about Gavin McKenna? Go ahead.
A lot. Spent a lot of time with him and his family now, and just going through that process and making sure that, again, we want to make sure we get the person right first and foremost. And everyone's seen him play and knows the skill level and the talent, but as you think about a Toronto Maple Leaf and what that means, just really digging into that part.
Is that why it's so important to go up north to see the family?
Yeah, it was important in a lot of ways. We visit a lot of players, in their homes and get to know who they are and get to know their families. And again, that's a big part of our process. As we decide on the first overall pick, we thought it was appropriate. For us, like I said, it's about getting the right person. And in a market like this, I don't think you can miss on that.
What kind of person is Gavin? What kind of person is Gavin?
Gavin, really nice young man. Really quality family. Spent some quality time with them. Got to know him. He's a small town kid. It's a remote area of the world, very peaceful, but beautiful. And within that, I think there's some real resolve around who he is and what his career means to him and his family, and I find it impressive.
So this last question, I believe, is from Kevin McGran of the Star. And Kevin asks about the incident earlier this year outside the pub at Penn State, where Gavin McKenna, I believe there's still charges pending, but a few of them have been dropped.
Right.
Dropped a guy who was chirping at his mom at the bar. I would have given him like a key to the city if that's the case, because some people need to be punched in the face.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the deal. So McGran asks about that incident, and this is how it played out.
Said you guys didn't dig into that. Is that largely because he was defending his mom, or how did you guys leave that one on the table, so to speak?
I'm not sure exactly what Mark said, but no, we've gone through everything of every player and every possibility of instances in which they've participated in, and we've I've personally talked to everyone involved, including Gavin, and we understand the situation and we're comfortable.
Okay, that was John Chaik again Friday talking about Gavin McKenna, who will probably go first overall to Toronto. Let's not get cute about it. Jordan in the chat, McKenna is like a better version of Marner with balls.
Oh, whoa.
Perfect Maple Leaf.
Perfect.
Azo, who has more balls? Marner? Or
it's a great question. So by the analysis. No.
New poll. Let's put the poll up on Twitter. I don't know. Marner's showing some balls right now. We'll get to him in a second. The other interesting thing, Azo, I did notice, the audio was so bad I couldn't even pull it. But it was fascinating to see because I saw it on Twitter. I wanted to watch it back. I don't know if it was Friday or earlier in the week last week in Buffalo, but Gavin McKenna and Keaton Vierhoff did a press conference together.
Oh, wow.
Keaton Vierhoff, the defenseman from North Dakota.
Yeah.
Who's also going to go top 5, 6, 7, who knows? And there's always, the combine is funny because there's a moment where the kids are sitting there at a press conference and they kind of look at each other and they giggle because they're like, we're here.
Yeah.
There was that moment, which I always find endearing,
of course,
with the kids. But then someone asked the question of, because it was like Celebrini 2 years ago in San Jose. Misa was drafted 2nd overall, I believe, last year by San Jose. Somebody asked, what would it mean to be drafted by San Jose and play with Macklin Celebrini? And Gavin McKenna turned to Keaton Vierhoff and said, you take it. Like he didn't want to initially entertain the thought of not being a Leaf.
Right.
And again, I would have played it for you, but the audio was just a little not great. Now, eventually, McKenna did kind of speak on it. He wanted to try and speak on it, but someone interrupted and asked the next question.
Oh, wow.
So we never even heard about McKenna and the Sharks. But McKenna initially diverted the answer first to Keaton Vierhoff, which I found interesting.
I like that.
Azo, do you believe in any way, shape, or form Gavin McKenna will not be a Leaf?
No, I'm starting to come around.
Yeah, I'm starting to come around too.
I'm even hearing a guy like Justin Bourne on his show because he went down for some of the draft coverage or combine coverage. I guess that's part of Sportsnet's team that'll be there. They're putting together a bunch of things. And he said it became more clear to him after talking to McKenna that he is the #1 pick.
Timmy Two Shoes in the chat. McKenna plays youth hockey. Ivar Stenberg plays men's hockey.
I don't know if I call that youth hockey. It's not like he plays in the WHL.
There's some grown-ass people like getting paid in the NCAA right now. NCAA hockey is different now.
It did take him a minute to adjust, but when he did, he did.
Yeah, after the World Juniors, he was fine.
Yeah.
So that's some of the combine stuff I found interesting. Again, there were some other. I want to get some McKenna played for you over the next few days, because once the World Cup gets going, it's going to be chaos around here. So, but we have a few days here where it's a little more open. So I want to play some McKenna over the coming 48 hours.
How would you do at a combine? Have you heard some of the questions? I know Frege and them were talking about them on.
Let's talk
on the
about
pod.
No, I have a few here.
I had a couple.
I have a few here. So for those, I know a lot of you are familiar. For those who aren't, these kids in their interviews with the teams get some strange questions.
Yes.
And again, I don't know exactly what the teams are looking for. Maybe you're looking for the kid to stumble. I don't know, but I mean, it's some of it is weird. What's some of the stuff that you have, Azo?
So I saw Nashville ask them prospects to stack golf balls into a pyramid and try to see if they could do it. And some who was it? The Islanders asked, "What can you do with a brick, like a hard brick?"
What can I do with a brick?
Yeah,
I can rob a. I can throw through a window. Is what I can do.
The one question that's making the rounds, I think it was Caleb Malhotra who said he got it. If you were on a desert island with no fresh water for a day, but the person next to you had a water bottle, would you kill that person for the water bottle? How would you answer that?
So I'm on a desert island.
Yep. You have no water.
I have no water. But technically there's water around us.
Well, you can't really drink.
What do you mean, well? There's water.
Yeah, but it's salt water. You can't drink that.
I'll make it work. So I have no water. You're on the island too. Azo, you have water. Do I kill you?
Yes.
My answer would be I would try to exhaust all options, and then your ass belonged to me. I don't know how. See, the thing is I have to also physically be able to do that. But like, I think.
See, I would ask, who's the guy with the water bottle? Is it my captain? Because then, yeah, no, I let him have it. If it's not, is it a teammate I need to win? No.
But you're stuck on the island.
Yeah,
that's not the point. It's
well,
not,
but if we ever make it off of here, how much do I need that guy to win a championship?
But I think what these teams want to hear is ruthlessness.
Yeah, maybe.
And they want to know if you hesitate at all. I think the smart kids in those rooms go, I'd kill them in 3 seconds. Seriously.
It's a competition.
I'd kill them in 3 seconds.
Survival. I need to survive.
Whatever makes you look more cutthroat will resonate with GMs and coaches and scouting directors and heads of amateur scouting in the room, I think. Because you don't want, do you want to really invest in the kid who's just like,
nah, let him have it.
Like if William Nylander were in the room for that question, what would he?
How many times would you have to repeat the question?
Well, he'd say, "Well, what's a water bottle?" like no, but like you can't.
Guy behind you has a beer that you could shotgun.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Exactly. Will this affect how many undershirts I have? Like I don't want to hear those answers from him. So I think the more ruthless you sound in there, the worst of all time is still the Des Bryant. Do you remember
that? Kind of.
For those of you who don't remember, some of these questions go way offside. Des Bryant was asked if his mom was a sex worker. Do you remember that? By the Dolphins.
No.
They had to apologize.
Really?
It was Jeff Ireland.
I remember them having to apologize. I didn't know that was a question.
It was way offside.
Come on.
Like they had to come out and publicly apologize to Des Bryant and his agent.
Wow. No, I don't remember.
It was crazy.
Well, Freeze referenced the one Sidney Crosby got, right? On the,
what was
on
that
the
one
podcast today. If I could give you a pill and you'd be dead at 26, but it guarantees you win a Stanley Cup, would you take the pill?
And then Crosby said, "I want to win more than one cup."
Well, yes, which is a great answer.
No, you tell them, but the right answer is you say yes. I would take the pill, the red pill. What was in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Blue pill, red pill,
or Limitless. What was it?
No,
was
the Matrix. It was red pill, blue pill.
Oh, right.
One pill, you're fine, and the other pill, and it shows you all the machines.
Here's a question for you: if you ordered a BLT with cheese, but it came out with no cheese, what do you do? That was apparently really a question.
I don't care about the cheese in a BLT. As long as the BLT is there.
Yeah, as long as the bacon's there.
Sorry. From this year's combine, that was a question?
Apparently.
That's the dumbest. Honestly, that's a Canucks question.
Well, I think it's basically.
The Canucks asked that question.
If they get your
that's
order,
an idiotic question.
If they get your order wrong, what are you doing?
Idiotic question.
Would you rather have a 4-year career and win a Stanley Cup or a 10-year career and no cups?
I'd rather win a Stanley Cup. But like you have to. Again, not all these questions are very good.
No.
The stacking of the golf balls is idiotic. Idiotic. I'm sorry. Like, and again, the NHL combine's weird because like there's nothing on the ice. Like if our Stenberg showed up and not only did he not do a few of the exercises because he's not feeling well,
right?
But he also said, did you see this quote from him?
No.
He goes, well, there's also something they can't really judge right now, which is my hockey IQ. I kind of like Stenberg a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I like Stenberg a little bit.
Yeah, there's a chance where both these guys are players, like good players.
I don't know, man. Excuse me. Everyone's mad if the cheese isn't on the BLT. I don't care.
But if you ordered it like that and it comes out bad, like that I think is a question.
See, here's
not about the cheese.
Here's the other thing. If you're at a restaurant and you have an order that's wrong, it better be wrong because that order goes to the back.
Oh, no kidding.
And they do all kinds of things to it. Because if you're a jackass at a restaurant, you are dumb if you are tempting.
But if they forgot something, they forgot something.
But like if it's the cheese and the rest of it's fine, am I really going to make a big deal about that? If I'm hungry,
and Tira's pointing out cheese isn't even in the title. BLT. You ordered a BLT. If the bacon, lettuce, tomatoes all there, you good.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
This happened to me the other day at a restaurant.
All right.
You're starving. It shows up. Everyone's waiting for you to have your meal arrive. Your meal shows up. Hair on the side. Do you send it back?
Hell yeah. On the side?
So hold on. Wait a second.
Hair in it.
Hold on. You're starving.
No, I tell everybody.
Everyone else, you're at a table where you know people won't be eating.
No.
It's not like a bunch of jackasses that start eating. They're not going to eat until you eat. You're going to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes sending this back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Or you're going to bite the bullet?
No.
Dude,
eat a hair? That's how you get sick. This is why you're sick. No.
Hold on. Sometimes your own, I know you don't have this issue right now.
No, I don't.
Sometimes one of my own hairs fall in the food.
But if they just delivered it to you and you see it, you can be like,
listen, it's not, I'm not saying I want it that way. I'm saying there are moments where you got to push through. You have to push through for the
eat a hair
greater.
in your food?
No, I'm not saying eat the hair. I'm saying
eat around
I'm
it.
saying pick it up. Boom. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying eat the hair.
No.
You wouldn't do that.
No.
Eh? So you'd wait 15 minutes. Everyone at your table's waiting to eat.
Yep.
Damn you.
And then I tell them to eat.
Damn
Go
you,
ahead,
NHL
eat.
draft combine for this conversation. I'm just saying, sometimes Showtime in the chat, breaking news, Sid Seixeiro likes eating hair. I don't eat the hair, just so we're clear. You remove it.
Of course.
Remove
of
it.
course, of course. If it's on the side or on the bottom of the plate,
And then,
yeah, maybe.
then I eat my eggs
I
Benedict.
probably would.
I'm sorry. There are moments where like you're starving and you got to push through.
Yeah.
You don't like what just happened, but you got to put it out of your mind for a second. It's like you're down 4-0.
You know what? I'd ask everybody, would you guys eat this? If they say yes, then I eat it. How about that?
No, I'm not taking a poll.
Why not?
I'm not taking a poll on that.
And then if everybody thinks it's okay to send it back, then you send it back.
Jeremy in the chat, Sid would floss his teeth with the hair. That's not what I'm saying.
Did you order? Somebody said, did you order a hairy eggs Benedict?
But this is the kind of combine stuff I'd like to know.
And look, now I'm getting called. I'm getting told I'm not a number one center now material with my answer.
Yes.
Like, see?
Thank you. Azzo's answer is Bush League on that. Bush League.
So I got to be a team player?
The whole
No.
table's ready to eat. Azzo's like, nope, I don't like this red hair on my plat. Take it back.
What restaurant is it? Maybe that
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
does.
matter.
At the keg, I'd put up with it. No.
M. Pierce in the chat. So the Jays won yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get to them. in a
We'll get
second.
to that.
John,
Did they really win it?
John
Their stars
Lacey,
are
I'm
good?
seeing your question. I'm not saying it on air. It's very good.
I need to see it. Where
See it. It was 101
Oh,
on Facebook.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh, my
offside
God.
and kind of funny.
Offside.
Offside. That's the first time I've read something. I've acknowledged it. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it out loud. But very funny. Very funny.
Yeah, I'm getting told I'm going back to men's league. I'm not getting drafted. Wow. I'm not a team player, I guess.
You're not a team player.
Oh.
That's the kind of combine question I want to know. Hair on your plate. Do you stop the whole table from eating for 15 minutes to get new food? That's the team mentality I need to know about.
Okay, here, I got one for you because this happened to me last week.
Okay.
You go into a fast food place to order food. They're not really busy. And you order their special. Tell you it's going to be 15 to 20 minutes waiting for your food. Do you wait for it? And you say, no, I'll go somewhere else. If there's also multiple restaurants around.
So you have other quick options right there. If you're that hungry, I'd leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was okay because I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you know what? No, never mind. It's a fast food place. Why am I waiting 20 minutes for food? That's insane.
If you think you can get a slice of pizza within 4 seconds, get out of there.
Right.
100%.
And was there special other? What do you mean it's not ready? 20 minutes. Jeez.
That's wild.
Anyway.
All right. So how about Mitch Marner?
Oh, how about Mitch Marner?
Look, man. Look. Like the hat trick, and it wasn't really a hat trick. Like one was an own goal. Let's be honest here. Sean Walker.
On.
It's not a real hat trick.
If he scored on the penalty shot, would that have made it a hat trick?
Yes.
Okay.
But he didn't.
I know he didn't.
By the way, the funniest part was they called the penalty shot and no one in Vegas knew what just happened.
Yeah.
They still have no idea what's going on with
It's
hockey.
like Mitch didn't know they switched goalies.
Brandon Bussey. Yeah. Bussey's going to get the start tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
It bothers me. Now, if Frederick
Oh.
if Frederick Anderson is choking, that's one thing. But if he actually picked up some kind of concussion related thing,
that's crazy. They didn't call the concussion experts or whatever.
Well, again, in a Stanley Cup final, in theory, it makes sense. Try actually doing it in the most important games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's fair.
But I do take issue with let's say it's not concussion related and the Barbashev hit on Freddie Anderson and he doesn't play tomorrow. I'm hearing people say with Vegas up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup final, oh, Frederick Anderson's played a lot of hockey. He needs a break. Frederick Anderson he played a game above the minimum for 3 rounds.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
A game above the minimum. I'm getting emotional.
I know. It would make.
And on top of that, I got news for you. He had nights off against Montreal in that series.
Yeah. True.
Sorry, he's tired?
They were comfortable.
What? Are you serious? He's tired?
I mean, they never made it this far before, so maybe.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. The guy played sweep in the first round, sweep in the second round, and faced 8 shots in the next round through 5 games.
Wow, that's why he's tired now. He's facing 30 shots a game. Like, come on, that would take more out of you when you're used to facing 10 shots.
Paul B in the chat. Hair in your throat, Sid. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Bring it full circle. I like it. I like it.
This chat had its Wheaties this morning.
But is Freddie just who he thought he is? When he gets more
maybe.
shots,
maybe
they start to go in. Listen, no goalie's getting the Conn Smythe in this one, man. What did I hear? The most goals over 3 games in like 45 years in the Cup final.
It's crazy. But back to Marner.
Yeah.
In 9 years as a Leaf, 70 playoff games, 13 goals. 1 year with Vegas, 10 goals.
Who had this?
13 goals the whole Leaf playoff tenure.
Luke Fox had a great stat.
10 goals with Vegas this year. And he's not done. It's done. He's winning the Conn Smythe. It's not a debate. Win or lose, it's irrelevant. No one else is going to get it. Mitch Marner's going to win the Conn Smythe, which is a hell of a thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a thing. I know in the moment if they lose, and listen, I'm not putting anything past Carolina.
Yeah.
Nothing past Carolina. But, I mean, it's done. Marner, it's a fait accompli. Marner is going to win the Conn Smythe. 100%.
If he misses that penalty shot and they end up losing the game, are we talking about that a lot?
No, I thought about that. That's an insane take.
Okay.
So that guy has a 4-point night, and you're going to blame him?
No, I'm not going to blame him. But
that's an insane take.
Missing the penalty shot could have turned the whole course of that game.
So Jack Eichel gets
even though they had 2 disallowed goals before.
He's clear.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just wondering if it changes the narrative of that game if they end up losing it.
I mean, listen, the Carolina was down 4-0, missed penalty shot, they tie it up. It's kind of a big moment.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a huge moment. But let me just say one thing. Let me take a quick stroll here.
Yeah.
Let me talk to Leaf fans.
Sip some coffee.
I'm gonna sip some coffee. There's a hair in my coffee. No, there isn't.
We definitely know it was yours, though.
It was mine.
Because it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it wouldn't be yours, unless your stash hair is in there, which is even more disgusting. Never be shamed into forgetting how bad Marner was in the biggest games in this city. Never be shamed, because he's probably winning the Conn Smythe and the Cup. This is going to be monumental. Like, this is even by Toronto hockey standards. This is going to be one of the biggest FUs to a team in Toronto of all time. Maybe the biggest. Find me the comp. Like, I think this would be it. But that doesn't mean Leaf fans have to be submissive about it. You do not. You do not. In 70 games in the postseason in this town, he was less than a point per game and had 13 goals. You are allowed to remember the facts of it. It's not an opinion. It's not a take. It's none of that. I am looking at the raw data of Mitch Marner's time in the city. He was a disgrace. You are not allowed to have anyone bully you into forgetting that. Now, if you're pro Mitch and everything's great, then you got what you wanted. How does this feel? Does this feel good? All the pro Mitch people? Go Mitch. How does this feel? Honestly, how does this feel? Good for you. For other people, stand by your guns. Don't waver. Be who you are. Remember what happened. Remember what happened. 2 things can be true in this case. Marner has been an animal in this postseason in a positive way. He has been lights out, taking on 4 teams that don't hit. But let's remember the other part. You're allowed to. Don't let anyone shame you into thinking otherwise. You are allowed to remember 13 goals in 70 playoff games. Just remember that. Mitch Marner's going to win a cup and a Conn Smythe.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's still.
They're rolling.
I haven't processed that.
Well, you better do it quick.
I better do it quick.
Man. Is he the second one to get the cup too? It's crazy.
I mean,
no, I'll be the veterans first. But man, has he put on a clinic?
He might. He
called it like the best Stanley Cup performance in history.
He might be the second one to get the cup. Like, honestly,
it has been a clinic for him. It's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy what's going on here. He's looking that strong. And I am happy Carolina lost that hockey game the other night because that second period is one of the worst I've seen from a team all year.
Yeah. They deserved it, show.
The William Carrier turnover after Marner missed the breakaway was obscene behind his own net.
I know.
That was like you're benched forever. And I know he left the game eventually, so whatever. But Carolina played about as dumb a period as I've seen from anyone all year. It wasn't just on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the third period, it's not like Vegas were great.
No, they had
Carter,
their own lapses.
I thought Carter Hart was going to get pulled.
Yeah, he should have, probably.
With the lead.
To give up a 4-goal
I thought
lead like
that?
that?
I thought he was going to get pulled with the lead. He was so bad. And I can't understand how a team like Carolina, who just shoots from everywhere, didn't keep shooting from everywhere on Carter Hart.
I know. It's true.
I don't get Carolina or the weirdest hockey team.
They got a bit of a Habs syndrome there. Yeah, where they weren't shooting. It's true. They suddenly became the Habs. They didn't want to shoot. So does Marner finish with more goals in these playoffs than Vladdy does home runs in the regular season?
Oh, you want to? I don't want to jump there yet, but he might.
I'm just saying.
He might. By the way, it wasn't just the hat trick or the fake hat trick because he scored on 2 of the goals.
Quickest hat trick.
Yeah, sure.
That was pretty crazy how quickly it happened. Did they give him towels with his face on it?
Yeah,
too,
it was Marner face on towel night.
Yeah,
in Vegas.
Wow, they're just loving him there.
But the biggest moment of the night happened in the second overtime. Hit me with the picture, please.
Sure.
I believe it was Jackson Blake in the second overtime. He was within a couple of feet of being in clear on Carter Hart.
Yeah,
like clear. And like a lot of people have been talking about afterwards, they were getting some heavy legs in that second overtime. Guess who broke it up on Jackson Blake? It was Marner.
Hell yeah.
It was Marner. The hat trick was not as big as what Marner did in the double overtime here because 53 is gone. And I don't think Carter Hart's stopping him. And I believe that was McNabb and Shea Theodore who lost a step. If Marner doesn't make this play, it's 2-1 Carolina.
Well, and he had a big block in this series too. Was it in game 1? Like he's doing other things too.
Block / I'm here. Oh my God, I don't want to get hit.
Stop it though. You still got to get down and get to it.
Sure.
Come on. I'm just saying he's doing other things too.
He is. But look, we're getting to the point where Mark Stone gets the cup. Marner might get it second.
I think so.
Braden McNabb.
I think Stone even does it on purpose. If anything, Stone gives it to him on purpose for the narrative.
Maybe. The other thing I want to bring up here, actually, don't bring it up yet. I'll cue you.
Okay.
We need to be equal opportunity on this show because I had a real go at Carolina's viewing party early on.
Did you?
The Stanley Cup Final.
Did we post that or something?
I think we posted.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't good. What I saw in Vegas made me puke even worse. This is what I saw. This.
Oh my God.
Now this isn't one of the overtimes, to be fair about it, outside T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. To the listening audience, let me describe this to you. There's like 20 people.
Way less.
Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I'm glad the people on the inside are enjoying it because no one on the outside gives a damn about anything. So I'm glad they have real fans on the inside because they don't on the outside.
In both places.
In both places.
Hey, to be fair, there's so much more to do in Vegas.
True.
Like, come on.
True.
Maybe people had tickets to like a magic show.
But what blows my mind is like Sportsnet's running those shots like they're helping the situation.
Yeah, I know.
They're murdering their fan base.
It's true.
Like they cannot keep doing that. Like that is crazy.
That's brutal.
And by the way, the shots in Carolina, they got really tight on the outside. Have you noticed that?
I don't know how tight you can make it on that one to make it look busy.
This one you can't.
Yeah, no chance.
Daryl in the chat, it was 100 degrees the other night, guys. Then bring a fan. Daryl.
It's not FIFA. You can bring your own water bottle.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Well, now you can.
You can. I know. They flipped it.
FIFA changed it a bit.
Friday night?
Yeah. You know what? Maybe we run the audio tomorrow because they put out a hilarious video.
I saw that.
Yeah. FIFA will allow certain models to go in. Sean in the Yukon, more people at my kid's baseball game. I just find it amazing. Sportsnet keeps showing these.
Yeah, for sure. That arena looks cool from the outside too.
Oh, it's a fantastic arena. Yeah. But the crowd shots are killing me. They're really good. Okay. Anything else on the Stanley Cup Final? Game 4 goes tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That should be wild. Anything else, Azar?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Come on, Mitchie.
Oh, I think he's there.
Oh, he's there.
Hey, Azar.
Yeah?
Great time of year.
Is it? Tell me what. Great week anyway.
Great week. Great week of the year.
Yes.
Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, You call the shots. And to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. Okay, we need to update a story here.
Talk about equal opportunity.
Yes. Very, very much equal opportunity. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the night after the Montreal Canadiens got eliminated in the Eastern Conference Final, they were at a Luke Combs concert in Montreal. Big show. Nick Suzuki on stage, Cole Caulfield on stage with Luke Combs, shotgunning beers. I believe Brendan Gallagher was on stage. A lot of Habs were there. Martin St. Louis was there. Jeff Molson was walking around with a Molson.
All of them.
Everyone having a good time. I may have said some things about that on this show that circulated in and around Habs Nation, and I think there were a few people, not many, a few people who disagreed with my opinion that maybe that wasn't a good look. But I disagree with them.
Especially in La Belle Province.
Yeah, really. Really, you know French, eh? La Belle Province.
This cold you gave me now. I can't talk.
You have always been, and I can speak French fraud the whole time.
Say croissant? Come on.
So this conversation's been going on for a little bit. And at the end of the day, like, who am I? I'm just a little old guy with a microphone. But folks in and around Habs Nation are still talking about this. So after the show Friday, Tony Marinaro, actually, I brought this up during the show that Tony texted me.
Yeah.
And wanted to talk about the Matthew Nyes trade that didn't go through, that went in at 3:01 p.m. Eastern on the day of the trade deadline. Matt Ohian, Matt, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Matt is joining Tony in the show. So after the show Friday, I stuck around, and it was Matt, Marinaro, and me. So we start talking about the three M's. But we talked about Matthew Nyes and whether or not, he's a fit in Montreal and blah, blah, blah. And then Tony brought up my opinion of Luke Combs gate with the Canadiens. And for those who missed it, because this aired at 10 o'clock on Friday, we had a very civil, low-key conversation about it.
Strongly, but like, you're upset that they went to a concert. Really? Are you?
The next day, I'm upset. Yeah. I'm upset.
And the day after?
Why aren't you, though?
So what are they supposed to do? Not supposed to go to Cathcart and a second set on a Thursday night when the entire city goes? They're supposed to stay home? They're all 20-year-old bachelors that live in Griffintown, man. What's wrong with you? Do you not go to Cathcart?
I go to Cathcart. Nobody pays me millions upon millions of dollars. And then
get another agent.
Nobody pays thousands of dollars to watch me copyright at my job.
Get another agent. I get millions of dollars if people watch me. Get another agent.
Well, why do you think I've been asking you for a raise for the last year?
You want a raise? There's a carpet. Go stand over there.
He's slamming a box.
Civil conversation. And
look what you started.
It went well. Drew Megan in the chat. Tony reacted to Sid like he was the hair on his poutine. If you want to see that conversation, go to the Sick Podcast with Tony Marinaro, which aired Friday. Okay, so that conversation is still, I'm stunned it still has legs, but it does. So that was Friday. As we talked about Friday on this show as well, Luke Combs was in Toronto over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Show at Rogers Stadium Friday, which is like a fake stadium they made for big shows in Toronto, which was needed. You need like another 40,000 plus venue. You did.
You also need another exit in that place.
But yeah, it's very hard to get into. I mean, the World Cup is 4 days away. Transit's all closed. It's unbelievable in the city right now. It is quite the scene.
Oh my God.
Wait till Germany get here.
Oh,
and Ivory and Cote d'Ivoire. Wait for that. So Luke Combs, that caused a bit of a ruckus. He didn't, but it led to ruckusness with the Habs. Luke Combs was in Toronto. So I'm sitting there watching one of the best Stanley Cup Final games of all time in Vegas. And a tweet crossed my timeline. Azo, if you want to show me that, please. This is from Vince from North Bay, Ontario. And Vince wrote the following. Luke Combs, Saturday night, Jays starting pitcher Kevin Gausman drinking on stage with others. And then today he gets hammered, listening tomorrow. Check that. That tweet was from yesterday, after the Jays game, in case you can't figure it out. So that tweet is from yesterday. So I think there are a few people that want this addressed, Azo. Is that safe? Is that
I think so too, for sure.
Okay, so let's show the picture from Saturday night at Rogers Stadium in Toronto with Luke Combs. So he's shotgunning, because there's it's actually a really cool part of his show where he has a song about shotgunning beers, and he invites local sports people or celebrities on stage. So for the Saturday night show, out comes Patrick Corbin, Kevin Gausman, and William Nylander. And it wasn't just like those two Jays. There were a bunch of Jays there. Like, there were photos all over social media of John Schneider and Jeff Hoffman and Chris Bassett wants to be a Jay again.
Yeah, and he really does.
Like, Max Scherzer's there, all the wives and girlfriends are there. Is that Ty Rogers?
Yeah, Varland, Miles Straw, Spencer Miles.
Like, there's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot
Max
of
Scherzer.
And
he's feeling all right.
And Nylander's just trying to get in this photo.
Lou Hardy.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Nylander sticks his head in.
So they're like, they can't post enough. Can't post enough. So I was asked by a few people on social, what are your thoughts? Let me go for a walk here.
Oh, you got it.
Let me go for a walk.
I got you.
By the way, in full disclosure, we've gotten to the point, Azo and I, when I say, let me go for a walk, it's code for shut up for 5 minutes. That's essentially what's going on.
I think people can tell.
I think you can tell.
Yeah. That's
the polite way to say it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. First off, the context of everything is a little different, because I still do not believe, and I'm not moving off this, that when you get your ass kicked the way the Habs did, you got to lay low for a little bit. I'm sorry. You got to lay low for a little bit. And I believe that. Now, in terms of Saturday night in Toronto, because the Jays had like a 3:07 p.m. Eastern start, so their evenings were free to go see Luke Combs. The Friday night wasn't possible, obviously, 7 o'clock start. Saturday at 3:07 p.m. Eastern, perfect. And for William Nylander, he's been off since basically February. So he's free to do whatever he wants. So in terms of Nylander doing it, I mean, it's his off season. He wants to show as many people as possible how much he wants to stay a Leaf. I think there are people inside MLSE who want this guy gone tomorrow based on how that season went, but that's just my opinion. I think Nylander is very calculated in a lot of things he's doing in terms of wanting to look rah-rah Toronto and be visible. And again, Luke Combs is one of the biggest artists in the world. I'm not ignorant to that. That's kind of a cool thing. So I have to be honest with you. I don't lose sleep over the what is Willie thinking question, because the answer is not much. That's Nylander. Patrick Corbin's not working Sunday. He's working tonight. Yep. Taking on Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
And come on, if anybody deserves to be on stage, Patrick Corbin for what he's given them with $1 million.
Honestly.
Seriously.
I'm not mad at Patrick Corbin for being on stage. He's saving the season. Kinda. He's not working Sunday. I got no problem with Patrick Corbin. None. Okay. Kevin Gausman. The Sunday game is a 1:37 p.m. Eastern start time. There's a bunch of video and pictures of him on stage shotgunning beers the night before. For the first 4 innings yesterday, Gausman was really good. 5th inning, not so much. Gave up a couple home runs, a double, and a triple. One could say he lost steam at the end of that start yesterday. Or so it appeared. And look, the Major League Baseball season doesn't have a lot of opportunities for stuff like that. I realize that. So when you have a chance and you're a country music fan, you're not going to say no to it. But I just want to ask one question. And I'll take some live reaction here. We're going to have a live conversation, okay? To Blue Jay fans who don't think there's anything wrong with the Gausman part of that. With a 1:37 p.m. Eastern start the next day, and considering how the start ended, Jays were lucky to come back there. When's the last 5-run inning they've had this season? Explain to me how that wasn't a bad look. Just explain it to me. I'm going to wait. I'm waiting right here. I'm leaning back in my chair. I'm moving my tablet up. We have a live chat going on X, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm going to sit here and have someone try and explain to me how it wasn't a bad look. I'm not saying Kevin Gausman doesn't work hard. I'm not saying he hasn't earned a lot in this city. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying night before a start at 1:37 p.m. Eastern, shotgunning beers, 4 earned runs over 5. Just explain to me how it's not a bad look. They all deserve great things. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds in the chat to write out why that's not a bad look. I'm waiting. I'll take all of the entries. C. Callie in the chat. I'm secondhand hungover just hearing this. Sean in the Yukon. Yeah, I got nothing. Showtime in the chat. People go out before having to go to work at 8 a.m. every day. This isn't news. Yeah, but I don't know about it.
Can I add some?
Of course. Go ahead.
So somebody's saying it was a basement game. Them and the Orioles had the exact same record going in.
What does that mean, a basement game?
I think playing a worse team, playing a team worse than them, but they had the exact same record as the Orioles going into yesterday's game. Like that win, and it was winning a series too, which they really need to do.
Do you know who ranks? Do you know where the Jays rank in terms of quality starts by starting pitchers this year? Let me tell you. Quality start again is 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less.
Yes.
That's a quality start. Okay. Let me. The Jays have 16. You know where that ranks them out of 30 teams? 25th.
Yep. Not surprised.
25th. Now, I don't totally hate what the rotation's been able to do here, completely shorthanded. Especially Patrick Corbin.
Yeah.
Patrick Corbin's the last guy I'm ripping. But I'm just asking, how is that not a bad look? And I'm not seeing anything in the chat here, I have to be honest, that is convincing me otherwise. Big Daddy Morris, it was a bad look. B. Pavia in the chat. Was at the concert. He barely drank anything. Okay, so you were next to him the whole night? You were next to him the whole night? Interesting. Sean in the Yukon. It's news when you don't do your job well. That's fair. I'll take that. Yeah, I you know what? I'm not seeing anything here, guys, that's convincing me. Like, I'm not. Rainer in the chat. Sid, you're not paying his salary. Correct. B. Cruz in the chat. Why was John Schneider there? Hey, man. Look. All I know is there are people on Twitter hammering the Jays for this. Not everyone, but some people. In fact, I feel like it's more Jays fans hammering them for this than Habs fans on the other take. That's what I think. And I'm going to say one last thing. I want to move on from it because I think you know where I stand. Like many things with this Blue Jays season, I don't get it. It's easily avoided BS that you don't need. I don't get it. But that's not how the Jays operate. And that's up to them. It's all good. All good. Nothing to see here, Azo.
No.
Nothing to see here. If you want to avoid this altogether, go ahead.
No,
we can move on.
It is the perception of it all. Like I said, I got no problems
It's
with
a
Corbin.
ridiculous look.
Yeah, it's just the perception of it. Because if you
Ridiculous
don't
look.
do your job, only 5 Ks over those 5. Like, yeah, if you don't win that game again, then you'd be in 4th, not 3rd in your division, and it's an inter-division game. Yeah, you had to understand how the perception was going to come back to get you if you didn't pitch well the next day.
For the record, I think the Habs thing is still way dumber.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Way dumber.
1,000,000,000%. Yeah,
way
for
dumber.
sure. This is one game. Like you said, it
Way
didn't work
dumber.
out Friday nights, but they could go yesterday, so they went.
I'm just really surprised a guy with the experience of like Kevin Gausman would have that visual out there.
Yeah, because they obviously they all got offered to go up, and
Yeah.
he chose to.
Nylander, I would have been stunned not to see him up there.
Right. But you know what somebody needs to
Like-
tell Willie? Like, he loves living his life in Toronto, and people want to give him credit for that, and I'll give him credit for it too. I don't know how much of him being at all these events has to do with the Marlies run. But man, could he live such a good life if they actually won here? Could somebody tell him that? Like, how much better life would be if they actually went on a long run and they would win here?
It's
Like, that's the one thing I'm not sure he
I hear you.
understands.
Yeah.
Like, he'd get the Quine and Dine or whatever if they would just go on a run, if he could score some goals in the playoffs.
Everyone's mentioning David Wells was hammered when he threw his no-hitter, but we didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know who told us that? David Wells.
Yeah.
After things went very well.
No, but Gausman is the leader of this team. So for the perception, we talked about this. Spring training, he definitely took on a leadership role this year. Last year of his contract, again, not to say he doesn't deserve it. It's a great night out. But anyway, yeah, you had to know if you didn't come through strong and have one of your better performances.
I was just like,
it was going to become a story.
I was like, Kevin Gausman's been doing this a long time.
Yeah,
man.
he's a smart guy, man. Love listening.
Long time.
I mean, if you're not on your A game and that's the visual that's out there the night before, of course there's going to be criticism.
He was on fumes at the end of that.
Yeah, you're
Fact.
right. Which he
Fact.
usually isn't.
Kevin Gausman was on fumes by the end of that.
Knowing how he can do it.
And Schneider just kind of let him stay out there. There was no one really warming up by the end.
But dude, they can't even afford it. Again, I think, what did I see? Like 4 or 5 of their relievers are in like most outings, like so far this season. Like, they have 5 guys in the top 10 in the majors. It's insane.
Ernie Clement's playing well.
He is. Well, you know what? Everybody's playing well because like that was a good win they got. Except
not everyone's.
You know, well, I was gonna say, you know who didn't get hits yesterday? Again, Springer and Vladdy.
Yep.
Like, that was a team victory yesterday, but like, I don't know what's going on with those guys.
No, listen. The reality is they took 2 of 3 from Baltimore.
Yep. After they got their ass kicked on Friday night.
They're 2 games below 500. They got some serious teams coming in this week, though.
Yeah.
Philadelphia
Yeah, sure.
and the Yankees.
The Don Mattingly revenge tour.
Christopher Sanchez did not give up a run in May.
He's been money.
Did not give up a run in May. The only reason Ohtani's not winning a Cy Young this year is Christopher Sanchez in Philly, who came in second in Cy Young voting last year and is super pissed about it, apparently.
Yeah.
He's
been rolling.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is on pace for 7 home runs this season.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Quite
7.
well aware.
Actually, but let's do the Clement thing first. Clement had a really interesting quote after the game yesterday.
I got it here.
Did you you got the audio or just the quote?
No, sorry, I just got the quote.
Yeah, read the quote.
Okay. The quote was, once we kind of figure out who we are as a team, firmly figure out our team identity, I think this team has a chance to be better than last year.
He went on to say, we're a really good team. We have a chance to be a great team. Do you believe that? The Toronto Blue Jays have a chance to be a great team?
No. I don't fully see it.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. cannot look like this, and you're going to be a great team.
Yeah, no, exactly.
There's no chance.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. There's not. He's on pace for 61 RBI.
Yeah.
Vladdy. That's pathetic. There's no way this team is going to reach the heights it wants to if your highest paid player by a country mile is this sad.
No kidding. They only go as far as he takes them, no matter how good the supporting staff is. But it's him, it's Springer, it's Varsho. Like, right now, we're relying on Penango, Valenzuela. Like, who else you want to throw in? Like, I'm all for an outfield now.
Penango, when he catches one, is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
I have to say.
I'll take, dude, his home run yesterday, I'll take the offense over the defense any day. I think him and Nathan Lucas have to be in the lineup every day now. It's not about matchups. I just want to see consistency.
Valenzuela is a player.
He's now he's solidified. Like, I'm sorry, Tyler Heineman. That was the end of him this weekend as a Blue Jay. Like, Valenzuela showed me a lot on both sides of the ball. His hitting, and then what he did with Savage on Friday, like telling him to breathe and calm down when he was struggling again with
For sure.
You shouldn't have any concerns with Savage. You know what's interesting to me? Did you hear Shulman talk about how his arm angle is even higher than it was last year? Like, is that on purpose or is it just happening?
How could it get any higher?
Yeah, that's what they said though.
They say it's higher?
Yeah, and not on purpose.
Dude, he'll be sidearming in a year. he'll be Tyler Rogers.
But it is kind of weird
in a year.
Especially, I don't know if it was to deal with that impingement or whatever he had. But again,
can I be honest with you? Seems like a kid a little pissed he didn't make the team out of camp.
Yeah, maybe.
For whatever reason that was.
Maybe.
And he's pouting.
But to me
I
now,
feel like there's some pouting going on.
To me, there's no, like now with Valenzuela and Heineman, once Kirky gets back, I think there's no decision. Valenzuela is second in the team on home runs.
Valenzuela is, guys, there's a chance Valenzuela plays when Kirk comes back.
Yeah, he should. Well, I was wondering this.
How about this? Kirk DH? George, take a seat.
That's exactly what I was. No, each can catch 3 days, and one day they'd maybe DH.
I'll take that too.
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you want to take it easy and ease Kirk back into it. Why not? I'd take one of those guys DHing over Springer right now anyway.
Here in the chat, I have a feeling the Jays are going on a winning streak now.
No.
Okay.
With the Phillies in town?
All right.
All right.
Can we get to the two visuals that I can't shake from the weekend?
Yes, of course.
So Jeff Hoffman gives up another home run on Saturday, this time to Pete Alonso, and the Sportsnet cameras found this kid. This kid is everything. For the listening audience, his hands are out, and he's pointing at the field going, why the hell is he in the game? I love me this kid. And again, I'm older, so I call everyone a kid. But this is like, he's everyone watching Jeff Hoffman get brought into a game right now. I kind of give credit to John Schneider for trying that Saturday. It took some balls. Didn't work out. Now, Pete Alonso hits a lot of home runs. I get it. But this is the eternal Jeff Hoffman still, if he gives up a home run going forward. Show that guy. Because there's a lot of discussion going on there about what's going on with Jeff Hoffman. The other thing that happened,
dude, it becomes again about how much you're using your reliever. Like their days are only some guys are going to be available because of how many innings they're putting him out for.
Did you see the stat they ran post game with the Jamie Campbell and Pilar?
Remind me.
Top 6 places in terms of appearances by relievers in Major League Baseball.
That's the one I was talking
about. It Major League Baseball or the AL?
I think it was Major League Baseball. They're up there anyway.
4 of the top 6 are Blue Jay relievers for appearances.
That's what I'm talking about.
4!
And I think there's 6 in like the top 10. It's insane.
By August, it's just a fart in the wind, man. It's fumes throughout the entire bullpen. They're going to have you are murdering the bullpen.
And it's crazy because Braden Fisher should be in my circle of trust now. And like Jimmy Garcia is going to be the savior when he gets back. Like, man.
I couldn't. I knew it was
more
bad.
Stability, I guess.
I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was that bad in terms of appearances by the Jays.
Yes, man. Again, they got more innings than anybody by far with reliever appearances. And yeah, those appearances, like I said, 4 in the top 6, whatever you said, 6 in the top 10. It's getting gross. Like, okay, you bring some starters in. I don't know if Simeon Woods Richardson's going to help this, but we'll see. Maybe, getting, I don't know who back, Scherzer, whatever he can give you. But hopefully it settles it down because they do look like they have guys in the back end. If they're not taxed to death, that can help you.
Look, the bullpen's an issue, but still, there is no bigger issue than Vladdy.
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And he's on pace for 7 home runs and 61 RBI. So this also means if Vladdy's not contributing, he has to be in the middle of everything. Really glad he doused Brandon Valenzuela during a post-game interview yesterday.
Saw that.
New rule. You can't douse a guy who has more home runs than you. New rule. Idiotic.
Or a guy who has where you're set. He has 7 right now, Valenzuela.
This team is not a smart baseball team. Sorry. I have a lot of evidence to back up that statement right now. It's not a smart baseball team.
I don't think anybody can argue.
You have the Valenzuela dunking at the end of the game when he's trying to have a serious interview with Hazel.
Let the kid have his moment.
No, we can't do that. But here's my highlight. Hit me with the photo, Hazel. I noticed this. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I noticed this. So at the end of the game, Vladdy, because again, he goes 0 for 4, he has to be acting like he's contributing. So he's come up with his own ceremony after a game where everyone turns their hat backwards after they win. You know who told him to stick it? Louis Varlin. Louis Varlin wanted no part of it. I don't know how many of you caught that. I caught that yesterday. As I'll leave that photo up, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Without a doubt.
And I know there's some people that are going to say I'm over reacting to this. But I don't know if I'm overreacting. Can you be the leader of a team when you're on pace for 7 home runs?
No, of course not.
Like, you're not a leader, right?
No.
Like, the guys in that room who are older and have been through also their own experiences start to look at you a certain way, right?
Again, Valenzuela has 7 home runs, which he's projected to have in 43 games.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this is like, it's becoming comical what Vladdy's demanding of others, and he's hitting 3 home runs.
Well, and
I just think it's weird.
What, those 2 doubles last week didn't change anything because that's it. Like, I love people saying he's taking more walks again. Okay, cool. It's not what you get paid $500 million.
If you watch the video of this back, Louis Varland essentially tells him to walk. I'm not kidding. Go watch it back. I think Sportsnet has it on demand. Bring it up. He tells him to take a walk. Louis Varland's the one in 31 appearances this year has given up like a run. I think that's the stat on Louis Varland. So Louis Varland's doing his job.
Yeah.
Turn the hell around and walk into the batting cage and practice and leave me alone. That's what I saw yesterday. Good for you, Louis Varland. It's getting ridiculous. Dousing everyone after games. 0 for 4. Everyone turned the hat backwards because I've decided that. Shut up. What the hell is he talking about? Hit. How about this, Vladdy? Hit. Focus on hitting. I'll take a double. Give me a double. His average, he's down at 287. It was at 300 to start the month. He has 1 game this month with more than 1 hit in a game.
Yep.
1. We're approaching World Cup time. We're going to get to the middle of the month in no time. Oh, I noticed that with Varland after the game.
Wow.
I noticed that. No one in this town is going to bring it up. I'm bringing it up. There are guys in that team who are looking at Vladdy going, listen, relax. And someone on the next dousing, when they don't appreciate, is going to give him the Bo Bichette look. And you know the one I'm talking about. Bo didn't like that either. Only time I agreed with Bo in this town was that stuff. Anyway, ridiculous.
Well, at some point you got to get serious. Come on, man.
So listen, big test for the Jays this week.
Hell yeah.
Big test for the Jays this week. Like, we can't lose 4 or 5 and then it's like that for the whole year. Again,
that's all it's been this season.
Again, they were very close last weekend to being over 500.
And then went and lost.
Very
4
close.
straight, 5 straight? Yeah.
4 straight.
Yep.
It was 4 straight.
To dig the hole that they got to climb out of again. That's been the whole season, just climbing out of holes, one after another.
Can control life. Talk about Valenzuela. We did.
Yeah.
Brandon Valenzuela is
I think he's
phenomenal.
forced their hand.
Phenomenal.
I think he's got to stay on this roster. Sorry, Tyler Heineman.
Vladdy, 0 for 4. Everybody turn the hat around. Get out of here, man. What is this, a daycare? Get out of here. Go get the Gatorade bin. By the way, Miles Straw and Vladdy use the Gatorade bin. They don't bring it back with them. Valenzuela, like a good kid, picks up the bin and walks it to the back. How about that? How about that? Manners.
Teamwork.
Manners from the kid Valenzuela. Good for you, Brandon.
Everything he does.
Good for you.
I know.
There is a level of immaturity with the Jays that is apparent. It cost them a World Series last year. It is not helping them this year. I know it sounds like I'm singling out one guy. I'm not. There's a few people in that dugout who need to grow up.
It's a clubhouse, yep.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. You can't have a kid like Valenzuela in the door for like 40 days or whatever it's been, be one of the most mature guys on the roster. You can't. Jesus. It's ridiculous. All the kid wanted to do was an interview. He's actually a good quote with Hazel.
He is.
And those fools wouldn't let him do it behind him.
Of course not. When do they? Again, for a guy who's lucky you won like that last night, not contributing at all. The only guy to go hitless. Well, him and Springer, only guy to go hitless yesterday. Everybody else contributed.
CK in the chat. I've Vlad enough. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Again, Jays and Phillies start tonight. And then the Yankees I can't believe Canada's going to play a World Cup game at BMO at 3:00 Eastern on Friday, and Jay's first pitch is 7:07 the same night.
Yeah.
What is this city?
What a weekend! Like? I'll tell you.
That
what
is
I think
insane.
it's going to look like.
That is insane.
It is. Says Slash I go shout out to Penango too. We gave him a shout out.
We did.
I think he's leading the team in OPS now.
Is he leading the Jays in
up
OPS?
there? Him or Ernie?
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. He's been, again, dude, they're getting years like they had last year from like Barger and Clement from Penango and Valenzuela. Now you just need the other guys come through. Yeah, Ernie's doing it right now. He's on fire. And like, dude, Nathan Lucas, like here, you want to have some appreciation for a guy? Nathan Lucas, unreal, man. I think he deserves a shot play every day. I don't know how the Rays gave up on him. He seems like such a Tampa player.
He's doing well. The vertical thing still kind of freaks me out from this
Of course. But since he's come back, he's like, what, 4th, 5th? Like, that's crazy.
It's true. Okay, sorry. Let's just verify. Some people in the chat are saying the game Friday 7:37.
Oh.
By the way, Vladdy to Keegan Matheson yesterday after the game. Did you see these quotes?
No.
Quote: I always tell the guys, don't worry about me. I'm going to be good. When I get hot, I'll get hot. I don't go up there to miss. Vladdy yesterday after the game. I'm going to leave that right there.
He just doesn't look the same. Like, there's no chance.
But my point is, like, until you look the same, stop with the other garbage.
Yeah.
That's my point. I'm rooting for Vlad like everyone's rooting for Vlad. He had that strut with him last October. It was amazing. We were all on board.
Yep.
You can't do the goofy stuff and not hit. I don't like that. I don't buy that. I don't accept that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 2 highest OPSs on the Jays right now, besides like Charlie McAdoo, who hasn't played enough games, Brandon Valenzuela, and Pinango.
And it is a 7:37 first pitch Friday. Correct. I was incorrect. Thank you, Chad, for that. Appreciate it.
Still pretty crazy after Canada.
Yes. So speaking of Canada, it's World Cup week in Toronto. Bosnia-Herzegovina, Canada, Friday, BMO Field. Azzo and I will be streaming the entire game here on YouTube, X, and Facebook along with you. You are welcome to come along for the ride. Whatever takes place should be interesting. Canada's final warm-up happened Friday in Montreal at Saputo Stadium. It was Canada 1, Ireland 1. It was an own goal for Ireland, which gave Canada the lead. Then a penalty was saved by Maxime Crépeau. By the way, they would have had to retake the penalty because Crépeau's feet were both off the line, just so we're clear on that. But it was a nice save from Crépeau, and Ireland followed up with a goal. There are a lot of people who think if you make a save on a penalty, the play should be dead. Do you believe that? I like the fact that the play is still ongoing. I think it's a huge advantage.
No, I like it.
I'm still a sucker for keep the play going.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Unless you score. Yeah, of course.
So it was 1-1 in Montreal, and Maxime Crépeau, I believe the day before was announced. Yes, it was the day before in Montreal. Was announced by Jesse Marsh as the #1 goalie for Canada going into this tournament. And during the national anthem in Montreal, he started crying. This is what it's about. Maxime Crépeau, who started out as a kid for the Montreal Impact, now CF Montreal, in the stadium that he dreamed of playing in, is shedding a tear during the Canadian national anthem. I was moved. I don't get moved by much. I was moved. I'm trying to wrap my head around how Friday is going to feel. But that for Maxime Crépeau is a dream come true. The way things are going for Canada and the way my warped mind works, I expected him to get hurt Friday because everyone's getting hurt. But thankfully, Crépeau got through the game, unlike Alistair Johnston, who had to leave the game, which no one's talking about, which is worrying to me. But it was a 1-1 final. It wasn't, I have to be honest with you, didn't like what I saw, generally. I think Crépeau played well. He made a big save in the final 20 minutes or so. This Jonathan David, Kyle Larin thing is not working. And I got news for you. Hasn't been working for 2 years. Kyle Larin hasn't scored for the national team since 2024. And he played 14 games that calendar year and scored once. Jonathan David scored 6 goals in Italy this year. Not good. Not good. It's like I'm trying to stay very optimistic because even with some of the injuries going around, Canada have cover. I think they can be okay. You're going to have to score a goal, man. You are going to have to score a goal to get through. If Canada go 3 games without a goal from Larin and Jonathan David, what have we done for the last cycle to get ready for this? Like, what are we doing? It was sad to watch. I don't know what the strategy is going forward. Sorry, Kyle Larin did contribute. He caused the penalty. His boot is way higher than it should be in his own box, and it was a penalty for Ireland. Way concerned about the offense. We're being very polite about this. We are being very polite. And I understand at their best, Canada are like a 1-0 win team, a 2-1 win team. At their best. They're not winning games 2-0, 3-1. I get it. That's not how they're built. This cannot continue if they're going to get through the group stage. It's on a plate for Canada to get through the group stage for the first time in the men's program's history. It's on a plate. Someone's got to score up front. It's pathetic. It can't continue. Any reputable World Cup nation, if this is the buildup where no one's scoring, it's a talking point. The media in this nation's been very kind. I'm hoping it ends on Friday and Canada's big guns up front score. At the minimum, play Jonathan David with someone else. The Kyle Larin thing, it's like, how many times do we have to see it that it doesn't work? That's just me. Can Control Life in the chat. Is getting past group stage the goal? They've never drawn a game in tournament history. I got news for you. Yes, that's the goal. You know how I know? History. That's the goal. And you got to score goals to do that. We'll see how it goes. They can do everything else well. I do believe that. This lack of scoring up front is wild. It's wild. And it better not end. Or it better end. Check that. If it doesn't end, Canada's finishing last in the group. Wait for that narrative to start to run amok. And then they're out. So, again, the other part of this lead up for Canada that has made no sense is how Canada has tried to handle the injury messaging. And what I mean by that is they haven't. We were told by Alphonso Davies he wasn't playing a long time before they announced it. This show was told. The other thing we were told was Moise Bombito, Canada's arguably one of Canada's best pound-for-pound players, who broke his leg for Nice last October, central defender, and hasn't played since, was going to be okay. We believed he was going to be okay because he told us he was going to be okay when Christian Jack and Matthew Shinetti kind of cornered him at the Charlotte camp a few weeks ago. A reminder of what Moise Bombito said.
You rate your chances to be ready for June 12th?
Rate my chances? 100%. Yeah.
You're expecting to start on June 12th?
I mean, that's all to Jesse, really, but I'm just going to make sure that I give him the right ideas to go and make his final roster. I mean, final 11.
And if you're going to start June 12th, in your ideal mind, how many minutes do you need to play in the 2 warm-up games to be ready?
That's a good question. I feel like if I can get as many as I can, and it's realistic into how many minutes a center back should have, then we'll know that I'm good to go.
So that was like just a few weeks ago. 100% chance I'm going to play June the 12th. So we saw Moise Bombito play 20, 30 minutes against Uzbekistan last Monday, a week ago. He was clearly compromised. He was not ready. Canada Soccer put him out there when he wasn't ready. It was obvious. It was dangerous. So yesterday, Matthew Shinetti of TSN is reporting that Bombito is not going to be on the roster, to the surprise of no one. But when Team Canada lands at Billy Bishop Airport in Toronto, Jesse Marsh still is not ruling him out. Now, technically, he doesn't have to. They have up until 3 p.m. Eastern before the first game. So Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. But it's the one thing Canada Soccer isn't good at is being cute with messaging. It looks clumsy. It looks really clumsy. And I would love to know who signed off on Moise Bombito playing against Uzbekistan when clearly he couldn't. I thought that was crazy. That's the craziest thing I've seen in this buildup was that Bombito thing. He was not ready. Sometimes you're hurt, guys. It happens. It breaks my heart for these guys. Like Jacob Schaffelberg hasn't played 90 minutes since April. What is he doing here? You're gonna bring an injured guy over a healthy guy. I don't understand the big picture planning injury-wise with the team. Davies, I get. If there's any chance on Davies, you wait. The other stuff is I'm thrown by. So I just wish the last week would have gone a little better. It didn't for me. It really didn't. And I am looking forward to Friday and Canada playing to just focus on that. And put this typical disorganized Canada soccer BS behind us, because that's what Canada soccer has been about consistently. And the reason I'm getting a little annoyed by it is guys are being put out there compromised, and now they can't play at all. So pardon me for being annoyed at that. That's not an organized federation. And that's what, by the way, that's why Bayern Munich, a little nervous about this with Davies, just so you know. Look at Moise Bombito. Think about that for a second. You think Nice is happy with that as French club? You think they were happy with that? No. I guarantee you they're not. I wish the last week could have gone better. It didn't. But the positive side to me. There are positives. And I saw a few of them over the weekend, over the last 48 to 72 hours. The rest of Canada's group in the lead up to the World Cup, not looking great. For example, in San Diego over the weekend, Switzerland took on Australia. It was 1-1. Switzerland didn't look great. I saw them play Germany earlier in the year where they were world beaters. They were very different here. Now, it's a different kind of heat. It is the humidity. But Switzerland didn't look great against Australia this weekend. Bosnia took on Panama in St. Louis, 1-1. Bosnia didn't look great. And Qatar in Los Angeles took on El Salvador. You know where El Salvador is ranked in the FIFA rankings? And I know I've banged away at the FIFA rankings, but occasionally I like them when they make a point for me. El Salvador is ranked 100th in the world. Scoreless draw. Qatar did not score on them. Switzerland, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Qatar. 3 teams in Canada's group going into this World Cup on home soil. They're not looking like world beaters right now either. That's a positive. You don't want to kind of lean on that too much, but it's something. It's something. Here in the chat, Qatar will go 0-3. It feels like it, but that's why they play the games. As of the last week of lead up for Canada, specifically Friday in Montreal.
Are we going to do the Jesse Marsh? No negative questions. I just want to stay positive. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he did. I was looking for that clip. I couldn't find it. Like Jesse Marsh.
That's annoying.
What Azzo's bringing up is after the game Friday, he goes, "You're gonna ask me a bunch of negative questions. I won't answer them."
Which scares me. Because then you're burying your head in the sand, especially about the Jonathan David thing.
But that tells me also internally, because he's seeing things we're not.
Yes.
Confidence is fragile.
Yes.
Confidence is fragile. I didn't like that comment either. I tried to pull it. I couldn't find it.
Really?
But okay. I did notice that comment from Jesse Marsh at the podium on Friday after the game in Montreal. Not the best.
I'm like, so then what are we going to talk about here? Like, don't we want to know that things are going to look better than that?
It's true.
And it did?
It's true.
And especially your point, the scoring has always been an issue. And how many times are we going through this with
Kyle Larin hasn't scored in 2 years.
It's crazy, man. And to your point, mix it up.
He starts every game.
And when aren't friendlies where you would like try and tune up and try different things? So maybe if you need it, like in the group stage isn't where you want to just be experimenting.
Chris Benny in the chat.
They seem committed to it, man.
Canada won't score a single goal. I don't believe that.
Boy. No,
I do not believe that.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that. But
it seems they're committed to the Larin and David thing, which is scary.
Yeah,
because it didn't work. It hasn't worked. You're right.
It's insane how much of a failure this has been for Canada soccer, and they haven't moved off it. I don't care how Kyle Larin looks for Southampton.
Yes.
Or Valladolid. in Spain. That's irrelevant to this moment. Somebody needs to kind of figure this out.
That's the part that's scaring me.
If it means you play another, like, do me a favor, put in Saliba, 3 central mids, and let Jonathan David stay up there on his own.
Yeah.
The 2-striker thing is killing them. They're not good enough at striker.
So many of them, right?
But they're not good enough at striker. Jesus,
that's
stop
what I was
it.
going to say. It is crazy.
I can't believe it.
It's frustrating because it's not like they have a ton of them. They go, what? They were 4 on the roster? Like, come on.
But again, the opponents for Canada right now, final friendlies, do not look like they're tearing it up. That's a big thing. To be fair, I haven't really seen any of the favorites tear it up either.
No, true.
Like I saw, what did I see? Iraq went into Spain and like got a result. Now it was Spain's second team, but it speaks to depth. I think there are certain things you can pull from it. And Algeria went into France and won. Like Algeria actually looked pretty good.
Crazy. I think we're going to get some surprises in this World Cup, especially with such a deep field.
One word. Haiti.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. The numbers on Haiti right now, because they're in that group with Scotland, Morocco, and Brazil. They're getting some odds right now to just even win a game.
Wow, really? Huh?
Haiti to get out of that group, I'm going to assume the number is stupid. Look at it. Because remember, 8 third-place teams get through.
Yeah.
Like, if you finish third, you got a shot. I think Haiti has the potential to be like the story. Everything geopolitically that's gone on with that country for the last 10 years. Like if they go into World Cup and like get results against Brazil and Scotland and Morocco, like Brazil, they've won more World Cups than anyone. Morocco technically are the reigning African nations champion. They won on a technicality. They cheated, but that's fine. Win your title in a boardroom, Morocco. That's fine. Whatever makes you happy. But like the Haiti guys, look at the Haiti numbers. There's potential there.
Well, you mentioned France. What
real
about Senegal
potential
against
there.
France? They look a bit dangerous to me too.
What's that? Sorry?
Senegal against France. They're in France's group, right?
Senegal's a good team. Man.
Yeah.
Although they didn't, the United States kind of handled them last weekend.
Okay.
In a friendly and
really? Oh yeah, I think we talked.
I don't know where the friendly was, but they looked. The United States lost to Germany though, but they didn't deserve to. I think the States. I hate saying this. They're gonna have a better World Cup than I think.
I know it did seem that
They're
way.
Playing,
the way they played together,
they look a little better. They lost to Germany and Chicago over the weekend, but they look better to me.
But to your point, they looked like they were playing better than we thought for sure. The other team I was looking at was Ecuador in that group with Germany and Cote d'Ivoire. Like they're a really defensive team, but could they like hold those?
Ecuador
teams
have great players
on the back end. Oh yeah,
all over. No, they got like solid players.
I just think their defense stands out more than anything.
Can I show you one last picture before we leave?
Of course.
So,
you want me to throw it up?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I keep hearing about how Portugal's going to win the World Cup.
Do you?
I do. I don't think I've said it on air yet, but other people are saying it. And Portugal played Chile in Portugal on Saturday because they don't start till like the Wednesday, like next Wednesday. So they're just going to stay in Portugal till this Wednesday. They got a game against Nigeria Wednesday. But they beat Chile 2-1. And the Paris Saint-Germain 4 were in the crowd. So the 4 Portuguese kids at Paris Saint-Germain who won back-to-back Champions League titles. Nuno Mendes, João Neves, Vitinha, and Gonzalo Ramos, the backup striker there. They were all watching in the crowd. And like I would say, if you have 3 of those 4 players, I think you're set to maybe win a World Cup. Here's the problem for Portugal. Everything's going to run through the 41-year-old, and the 41-year-old's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, he has 973 career goals. He's going to get to 1,000 in one day, retire. But this is probably his last World Cup. He's 41. Do you know how many 40-year-olds have won the World Cup? 1. It was Dino Zoff in 1982 for Italy. He captained that team. No one thought that team was winning the tournament. And they got a bad result in their first game against Cameroon. But they went on to win in one of the great World Cups ever played. And Paolo Rossi had a huge tournament. But Dino Zoff is the only 40-year-old to ever win the World Cup. So the thing with Portugal is this. Are they going to allow Ronaldo to just do whatever he wants? Or are they going to expect him to play within the team? I saw something over the weekend that would lead me to believe we have an answer. Hit me with the photo. You can go full screen if you want, Azo. So this is a moment in the first half. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal wearing kind of a weird white and green thing. I didn't like it. Chile were in the red. But Cristiano Ronaldo has the ball for the listening audience. He has two options here. If he spins to his right, he tries to score with two defenders in front of him. Or he lays off a pass to his left to Francisco Conceição of Juventus, who probably scores. Which option do you think he took? He tried to score and he went to his right. That's the problem. You lay that off to your left, that's a goal from a kid who scored a few in Italy this year. Scored more than Jonathan David, I believe. If Portugal don't figure this out with a guy who has notoriously, listen, you do not score 973 goals and become an unselfish player. Like, there's an element of selfishness to you, and I respect it to a certain extent. But Portugal are way too good on the perimeter to have this be dictated by Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm still going to give him grace and expect him to be a part of the team. But it's moments like this that freak me out a little bit. Am I overreacting, Azo, to this moment?
Not at all. Look at that. He's wide.
If he lays that off to his left,
he should be an easy goal.
Conceição of Juventus makes it 1-0.
Strike.
Boom.
He only played the first half, right? I had family at that game. Yeah, I told you.
Oh, that's right. You did have family
in Florida. Yeah, they were sitting front row. Shout out my cousin Mark, who took his kids who are soccer crazy. They happened to be in Portugal, made the 3-hour trek to go watch that.
George in the chat. So did he score? He did not score.
So what are their chances? Because it is his last World Cup. Could they kind of like not make him happy, but like kind of fight him on how much he should play? Because he has been calling the shots, or he does typically call the shots.
Roberto Martinez, the Spanish coach, is their head coach. I believe he's incompetent. I don't believe anyone in the federation is willing to stand up to. Now, keep in mind, last World Cup, it kind of happened because they sat Ronaldo against Switzerland in the round of 16, and they buried Switzerland. I think it was like 6-0. And then the next game, Morocco just parked the bus and got through. So it's happened recently.
Okay.
I just feel like the team is too good around Ronaldo to have that kind of stuff take place.
No, you gotta make that decision.
And it freaks me out. For anyone who's willing to put down on Portugal, I need you to think about one thing. Ronaldo will pull a lot of strings.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've let him in the past.
And Ronaldo will fake an injury if he's about to be subbed out to make it look like he's not being subbed out. Like, this is the mentality of the guy.
Right.
And there are elements to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He's also a child. A child. Portugal won the 2016 Euros with him on the bench. Let's keep that in mind.
Even at 40, you're saying.
So I am a little worried about this.
Of course.
I'm a little. If he plays within the team, I don't think any team can beat them.
If your talent is good enough, where multiple people are picking you to win the tournament, yeah, you can't let one guy, especially an older guy, control it.
Jordan in the chat. Portugal's winning it all. Well, we'll see.
Well,
we'll see.
If they don't, they got to get out of their own way.
That's the point. They got to get out of their own way.
Well, he does. And the manager has to not let
when warranted. Guess what? Ronaldo's going to put himself in spots. Have a go, Ronaldo.
Of course.
You're a legend.
Exactly.
But like there are other moments where you got to lay it off. And you got to let the kid from Juventus try it. He's not playing at some reserve team in MLS.
Right.
Like give him the ball.
Right. Yeah,
like wake up.
But you're right. He's got to know it's
ridiculous
who he's playing with and that they have as much skill.
Okay.
And just to be clear, because some people, Switzerland are the favorite in Canada's group to win the group, right?
Oh yeah,
by far,
100%.
Yeah, I think I saw they're like 70%, and then Canada's next at 30 or something.
Yeah, it's no. The Switzerland are the best team in the group.
Yeah, okay. There were some questions about that,
but there's a world where Canada's the second best team in the group.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think the odds I saw Canada second.
But my point is, they have to score goals.
Of course,
Canada have to score goals.
Of course, but we've learned this. This is what we went through last World Cup. They couldn't score, or in a lot of qualifiers. It's crazy. That's why, to your point of them just pushing that, I don't know, like just continuing to go with it is insane to me.
Well, I have a feeling this World Cup's going to generate some talking points, Azu.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's just me.
Man, wish we were going live for some of it. Oh wait,
wait, we are.
Yeah, you're bored, man.
Anything else?
I got one thing for you.
Pierre
LeBrun during our show tweeted out the following: in-person interviews start this week in Maple Leafs coaching search process. The second phase. Believe that will include about 5 candidates.
No names?
No names.
Okay.
About 5 candidates. Seems like we might be down to 5.
Well, sounds like we're down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in names too.
Yeah, so am I.
But like, okay.
Patrick Waugh, Joe Pavelski.
If Joe Pavelski's part of the 5,
imagine.
It's like the final. I'm telling you, it's March Madness. They're down to the final 4/5.
Sure. All right.
Oh man, let's. I'm actually very proud I got through the show.
I was going to say, congrats, good job.
Thank you.
No one cares. Work harder.
That's for damn sure. Well played.
Hit like and subscribe, please.
Yep. And our apologies. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. On behalf of Azzo and everyone here at Sick Media, including me, who is sick, I'm Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.